Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Tiny Toonkind D&D Cult special. I am Traditional Preference, or Trad. I am your DM for the day. And joining me are my lovely players, if they would please introduce themselves from top to bottom.
Hello, I am Cherry. Yeah. That's it for me.
Oh, okay. I'm Raddatoons. I'm gonna be playing with Xorbleeglok, the little guy driving the soda can car.
Hi, my name is Whis, and I'm playing Chrysalis today. I'm Chrys.
I'm chiming in at the last second again because I forgot to say I'm playing Lester.
Okay, I didn't know if that was like a secret or something.
No, I just forgot.
Hey, secret character.
Secret character Lester. Very very secret boy. I mean, they're secret from some people. And as is cult
True.
tradition, would you please tell me where your character wears their mask if they wear one?
Lester wears his mask on his head.
Amazing!
Just kind of Xorbleeglok just kind of keeps his in the car. Like if he's like, do I need this as an identification thing? I think to hold on to it as an identification thing, but really he's not part of the cult, like part of the cult.
Yet.
Chris was given one, but she doesn't wear it. She keeps it in her hammer space.
All right. So with that out of the way, I will start us off. So, Chrys and Xorbleeglok, you two have been approached by the duo of Squeak and Lester with a proposition. They seem to have, Squeak mostly seemed to come to ask you something, and they're saying, it shouldn't be too, dangerous. It's night time. I think so. No one will be, out and about. And, well, Beatrice is, busy. So we, thought we would ask,
Xorbleeglok.
Xorbleeglok.
Just call me Xorbleeglok.
Xorbleeglok. Sorry.
You're fine.
So if you want to come and help with Lester? Lester?
It's alright, sweet. It's alright.
What are we doing?
We're going up to check on some defenses from the last Mouse War, up at the higher levels of the studio.
That sounds like it could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a map. One of Peck's maps. And Squeak does indeed hold a map. Just rolled up. They're holding it. They're holding it aloft. It's a map.
Oh, Squeak's so soft.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
So precious. But Xorbleeglok gives a thumbs up, like, yeah, that'll help. So how high up on the higher levels of the studio are we going anyway? Because there's a lot of levels. So are we going 1 floor up, 2 floors up?
I think the ground floors? We're yeah. Up.
Oh, all the
Yeah.
way up there to where the reception is?
Maybe? Yeah?
No, it is a long way from here.
Whoa.
We'll find out when we get there.
Yeah. If you, want to come, yeah?
I'll definitely
I
come.
mean, I'm willing to go. Yeah. You might notice that he's got, like, Xorblee's got a bit of, like, a slightly overconfident smirk, because it's like, oh, the reception area. Oh, we're going into a big zone.
Yep. So yes, Squeak has come with Lester in tow with and you guys are going to be going up to the big zone. This sounds like a children's play place. It's definitely not, but it's funny. Up to the big kid zone.
Yeah, I mean, at least we've got a ride.
At least we do have
Because,
a
like,
ride.
Xorblee is absolutely...
Oh yeah.
Yep, that's Beatrice is occupied, otherwise occupied. Otherwise they usually take Big for these things. And by Big I mean Big Boingo Deathbringer. The hair. Don't worry about it. It's all good. But as Squeak explained, they remembered Xorblee had a mode of transportation.
Yeah.
That would be handy.
Yeah, Xorblee's got a soda can with wheels.
You know.
And an engine.
As one does.
And some other things.
Yeah, as you do. As you do.
As you do.
So I'm trying to see if, like, trying to remember if, like, there will be enough room for everyone inside. Squeak's probably a bit too big to, like, really fit in.
Yeah.
Someone can sit on top. Worst case, someone can sit on top.
Yeah, Squeak can sit on top. Plenty of people have ridden on top before.
You can put Squeak wherever you want to. Squeak will do their best to be
I don't
there.
want to put Chrys
I'm
on top,
worried
but
about Squeak.
As long as they get a good grip with their skitter sticks, it should be fine.
Yeah. The key part is there as long as they get a good grip.
Don't worry, there's been
if we lose Squeak, I'm gonna cry.
People have ridden on top of that can safely before. Squeak will be fine.
Fine, it's fine.
I guess.
Don't worry about it. It's Toon logic.
Like
a clown car, they all fit.
I mean, Xorblee will have many questions about how the fuck, like, Xorblee's like, remember, Xorblee's a real kind.
I was about to say that might work if they were all teams.
I'm not gonna...
Zorblee's real kind.
Is the can real?
Yes, because the can's from his world.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like this photorealistic can in a, slightly more toony environment.
Incredible.
Photoshopped it on top.
That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like.
You move it around with the mouse, just like pick it up and drag it.
Oh boy.
Make little vroom vroom noises.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
We should actually play the game, right?
Yeah, so, Xorblee, you did ask a very good question. Where exactly is it that you are going? Squeak was, holding aloft a map. They seem to just kind of be holding it, not, like, unrolling it or actually looking at it. You're not actually entirely sure how good they are at reading maps, or if they know what a map is for, technically, actually. Supposedly...
Yeah, I'm gonna let... I was gonna say, like, Xorblee will be like, here, can I look at that? I just want to see what direction we're going.
Yeah, here. Squeak hands you the map.
Yeah.
Would you like to
Yep,
roll
and
survival?
Xorble's gonna unroll it, and
Yeah.
we're rolling survival already? Okay.
Yeah,
Gotta figure out how to read the map.
navigate map. I don't, it's a map.
It's...
Oh no!
This is certainly a map. I'm not
It's
sure if I
Chris
can
help?
understand this.
Paper with some stuff on it.
Yep.
Can
So,
we help?
if Xorblee shows you
Please
the
do.
map, but yeah, it's a map. It shows sort of. There's like a smaller. It's very well detailed. And it's looks a little bit old. Kind of, the paper's kind of, yellowed and weathered, and it's a little bit like smudged in places. But there's like a small diagram to the side of like an explanation of the levels of the studio, and this is sort of like a blown up like one of the levels, and there's things that are marked in places and stuff, but you have no idea what corresponds to what or where you could be. You do know that it is a map of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll survival for Chris,
Yeah,
see if
should
she
we-
can make heads or tails of it.
Yeah.
Hey!
Please.
Hey!
20!
Nice.
Wow.
Oh,
Is
perfect.
Lester gonna roll?
I can see what happens.
See what happens, please. I would love to see what happens.
Oh.
No!
I think he's just as out of it as I am.
Yeah, that's, Cherry, you and Xorblee, yep, that's definitely a map. Don't know where. So, Chris, you look at this map, and you immediately, with a nat 20, are able to pick out where in the world you should be going. To
be fair, Chris has a bit of a precedent of exiting the studio.
Yes. So
That's fair. That's fair.
you can find, you identify like the main stairwells, and from there, you can tell, however many flights you know where you need to go, and that there are several sort of options for how you could get to there. The stairs are obviously the most direct way. The vents are another way. But you're thinking that with Xorblee's can thing, that any other methods such as the walls, you might be able to use the floorboards to an extent, but the walls and the floorboards or any sort of rafter movement is kind of out.
Yeah. I think Chris is kind of going to just turn to Xorblee and go, does your can go upstairs very well?
He kind of like glances at like under the can really quick, like, would that be good for going upstairs? But then he remembers, like, oh yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I got some like, minor adjustments, so it shouldn't be nearly as catastrophic as the other times. And he glances back and is like, yep, I can use stairs.
Okay, well, we can either use the vents or the stairs. The stairs is probably the easiest way.
I mean, it'll certainly be a
anyone
bumpy
around.
ride if we take the stairs.
We can do bumpy.
If you say so.
Okay, well, I know exactly where we're going. Should I'll sit here next to you and tell you which way to go?
Yeah, sure thing, like a navigator.
Okay. And she does a little salute.
Yeah, and it's like there's also like a bunch of like buttons and dials and stuff, and this thing probably has GPS on it, but GPS probably doesn't work here. So
No, I wouldn't think so.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, there's a
You-
bunch of buttons, but you know what? We're going classic style with this.
Yep. If you want folks to like roll perception for the inside of Xorblee's car, to see how to do whatever you want to do or see how overwhelmed they are by what the heck, you can
Roll
do
to
that.
understand.
Yeah,
Roll to
you
comprehend.
can. Yeah, you can.
Sure, I can roll
Would that be
perception.
perception or investigation?
Maybe
I'd say just perception because you don't know what you're looking for.
Right.
So if you
Ugh.
all are
That tracks.
yeah.
No,
Now,
there's a lot
nobody
of
knows.
Lester, get yourself together.
there's a lot of fancy little flashy lights. There's
Oh,
like
God.
this weird flat black thing on the side. There's it's a lot of metal. There's like a pile of stuff to the side. It's just kind of like it's the inside of a soda can with a lot of technical doodads. And then again, Xorblee's an artificer. It's probably similar to what Bobbin's got in his workshop. Probably. You two probably think that.
Do either of them
Oh,
spot
boy.
the discarded Larry mask?
There. Their workshop. There.
Yeah.
I mean, I got an 8. I don't know. I don't think.
I mean, it's in fairly obvious view. So, like, he's not trying to hide it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the Larry mask is there, but then again, he doesn't have a hammer space, so that's probably why it's there.
Since no one
yeah.
explained anything to Squeak and everyone is just now going inside the car, they are going to also try and fit inside the car, but they get immediately stuck in the doorway.
Oh.
Oh no.
Like, just look fantastic. Oh. Xorblee's like gonna like glance around like, it might be better for you to like ride on top. I've had plenty of passengers up on top before. You should be good.
Squeak manages to extricate
did you roll the
themselves from the
perception?
doorway.
Oh, okay, that was what that was.
Do you think you'd be okay with that, Squeak?
On top? Yeah. I can do that. I think.
Okay.
And Squeak is going to somehow. So I think their skitter sticks don't really have any traction.
Oh.
So with a 9 to successfully perch themselves on top of the car, they get on top. But then they start sliding, and they start, like, sort of, like, skittering to try and stay on top, but they just keep sliding as they continue to skitter, and they just plop down on the side. In, like, a squishy accordion fold.
Xorblee's gonna come out to help them.
Does anyone have any tape?
Maybe. I'll roll my hammer space and find out. There's not a one. I'm going to say she's got some tape. It's a piece of tape. She'll pull out a piece of
singular.
Tape. Yeah, it's just like a piece of tape, and I think she's gonna fold it over on itself so it's in a loop, and then just sort of stick it onto Squeak's belly, and then we can stick Squeak on the top of the can. So it kind of acts like double-sided tape.
Are you trying to lift Squeak on top of the can? Or stick them to the side?
That's what Xorblee's helping.
Should we do that?
Yeah, roll
let's
strength to
them on top.
Roll strength to stick the noodle on top.
Are we all doing this?
Depends.
I mean, I don't know how heavy Squeak is.
I'm gonna help.
Somehow Xorblee Best throw
Oh
there. Okay.
boy.
What is going on?
I mean, that tracks.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris with the 9, I think, like, yeah, that doesn't do good. But Xorblee and Lester with a 17 and 14 respectively. Xorblee, I think maybe for Squeak's size, you're probably expecting them to be a little bit heavier than they are. So you go to hoist, and they just kind of go up. They're not terribly heavy. They're just a noodle. And
They're just fuzzy noodle.
just a fuzzy noodle. And Lester helps you from below. And you successfully sticky tape the noodle to the top of the soda can.
This is an image.
So,
Oh no.
if you would
Amazing.
like
I'm
to
just
continue,
worried about how.
Yeah, let's get back in
Yeah,
the soda.
you know what? Let's just go.
Zorba's
Yep.
gonna like push some buttons to get the engine started, and then he's gonna start driving.
Stay safe, Squeak.
Don't worry, he's not driving too fast. The Squeak should still be able to hold on, especially with the tape. It's not like he's going like max speed like he does with like the races he's done against Rico.
that's appreciated, and probably for the best. So yep, as you're going, okay, like, don't worry about that roll. That was just to see, like, how Squeak was faring on top. I think, like, so, like, the tape, is just, like, the attachment point. The rest of them just kind of flopping behind. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's just It's just comedic.
It's got a noodle flag.
Yeah, it's just comedic. So, yeah, with Chris's help in directing you, you make it
And a jump spell on the can.
jump spell on the can. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how he's doing the jumps.
Okay, cool, perfect. So we don't even have to go to stairs puzzle in the way I was going to do. So yeah, with Chris's help directing, and your puzzle, and your can jump spell, you make it up several flights of stairs actually, and
Like the flavoring for the jump spell is like there's a little spring that comes up from underneath, and it's just like boing boing
I love it.
boing
That's
boing.
good.
It's really good.
It's a bit like he said it was gonna be a bit of a bouncy ride. It's a bouncy ride.
Yeah,
That's hilarious. I love it.
Squeak is very bouncy.
He's well acclimatized to living with tunes.
So you bounce your way up the stairs. Are you trying to be stealthy at all, or are you just going?
I mean, the can isn't necessarily known for being stealthy because it's got like the engine noises and being a can. I wouldn't say stealth is on the radar.
Okay. All right, that's cool. So yeah, you boing 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 up the stairs, and into one of the hallways on the engineer's side of the studio, and from here, let me just roll a. Okay. So you guys, you guys get to the darkened. You guys go through the stairwell, which is lit. We are big on workplace safety here. From the stairwell, and push open the door into the hallway, and it makes a clacky, clangy door sound and a creak. And you scooch the can through, and you hear down the hallway. You hear someone says, "Who's there?"
Yeah. That's...
And the door behind
Xorblee's
you.
gonna like.
Chunk.
Ah,
dear.
no.
Okay. Okay.
Hello?
Is this a voice any of us recognize?
It
Yeah, that's a good
sounds.
question.
It sounds like a generic owl. It is whatever the generic owls sound
Okay.
It sounds like a generic. It is generic owl, but it's not our generic owl.
No, it's not your generic owl, don't worry.
In that, okay, you said we're in the hallway at the
Yes.
moment, or
You're in a
okay,
dark hallway.
dark hallway.
Yep. You can. I'd say. I don't think you need perception for this per se. You can tell a little bit down the in one of the directions of the hallway to the right. You can see sort of like a flashlight beam, kind of, sweeping around mildly frantically, as this owl tries to figure out what that thing just was. They thought they were alone here. This is the night shift. Hello. Hello. So this owl is, calling out, sweeping the flashlight beam around, and walking in your direction.
Okay.
So Xorblee's first plan of action is to kind of like, he's like trying to see if there's like a pattern to the way that the owl is like flinging the flashlight around, to see if he can like drive around it, like slowly drive around it. Like he's not going to move too fast. The slower it is, the quieter the engine is.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, they can just kind of sneak past him.
Yep, if you would like to do that, perhaps roll.
Let me check.
Yep.
Please, Dex. I sent you a thing of vehicle stats that I'm going to be using for this, and stealth is not something it's good at. But you know what? We can try.
You can roll I think you can roll an investigation to try and figure out, try and sort of predict the pattern of this owl's somewhat frantic.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that first. Investigation, you said?
Mm-hmm.
13.
Yeah, with a 13, if you did real good, I would have given you advantage, but with a 13, you can't really quite figure out how it's going, but you get sort of a feel for what areas that the owl tends to sweep, like sort of in succession. So you can add a +2 to the stealth roll if you would like to go that route.
Yeah, I'll take it. Compared to what it would have normally been, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So Xorblee's just kind of like, okay, take the slow.
No!
That's...
Okay.
Okay.
So,
oh dear.
You slowly creep. Yep, that's a 6. That's a 6. You slowly creep the car forward, and manage to dodge the beams pretty well, until you are sneaking along through the middle of the corridor. The owl's almost past you. You think you'll be able to escape, and nope. The beam of light shines directly on the photorealistic, real kind tin can car with a noodle taped to the top. And
no.
the owl goes,
Oh dear.
what the peck?
Okay, there's a
Okay.
couple options we could take here.
We could scare them.
I mean,
Scare them away.
I do have an option that could quite literally be how about we just slam the pedal and just drive and maybe accidentally sweep them under their legs.
But squeak.
I mean, that's true. It's true.
Yeah. So what? Da-dun-da-dun-da-dun. You can do that if you'd like to. But you would have to beat a 15 dex, because the owl has leaned down to pick up the can.
No, okay.
Panic mode.
Can I make that easier by using prestidigitation to throw up a whole bunch of sparks in the owl's face?
Ooh.
Like right on its beak, going like fireworks.
You can, sure. So the...
You want me to roll something for that, or you don't
No.
normally have to roll for prestidigitation? But do you want me to roll something?
I will give advantage on that dex to avoid being picked up. 'Cause, y'all, the dex on that vehicle ain't good.
It's not the dex on the vehicle ain't good, but the base speed is.
The dex
Like the base
ain't
speed
good.
is, you know,
Yeah.
The speed
the
is
dex
good.
ain't good. So how much are we adding to it?
You're
Or just
getting
advantage?
advantage on a dex save to avoid being picked up.
Oh god.
Alright, that was
Oh god, we
7.
need shit.
And
Oh, Peck.
that was
And that's not.
No.
That's Clem.
So,
Heck.
Okay.
yeah. The owl picks up the toy can, not the toy can, the tin can, and is looking over. Is like, what the peck? What? Yep. Do you have something you want to
Let me
say?
think if there's anything
Can
on the
Go ahead.
one. Oh, no, that's a bad
Sorry,
idea.
go on. Oh, what?
I'm just fumbling through my
Okay,
features and spells, just trying to figure out what I can do.
I want to see if I can reach out of the can and hit needle, hand, owl.
Um,
Do you think that's the thing I can
Stab it in
do?
the face.
No, just the hand. Just the hand.
Oh,
Like a
boy.
finger.
You would have to roll an attack at disadvantage and also roll a stealth if you wanted to stay hidden. But the owl is looking.
Okay.
The owl is looking this can over, trying to figure out what's going on, and with a 7, they do not realize that the thing taped on top, that is very... No one has rolled insight on Squeak. It wouldn't be easy. They're on the top. They're taped on the top of the can, but, I think the can is maybe vibrating a little bit. But they haven't noticed that it's alive. And the can, they're just like, is this one of Rad's, the kids? Someone could step on this. Okay.
I could.
And you feel the owl starting to walk. You are moving and being held by the owl. And they are Yep, you're going someplace. You can roll to see.
Probably like
Yep, you can roll to see if you can understand
just
the owls
quiet.
kind of muttering to themselves. It's kind of hard to make out, but
Would that just be a perception?
yeah, perception,
Would that
or
just be a perception
maybe an
check?
insight.
I'll do a perception because that's
Perception's better on Xorbleeglok.
Yeah, no, me too.
26.
13.
Chrys is not very smart, but she's very observant.
Xorbleeglok's not like paying attention. He's like trying to look over the buttons, trying to figure out, okay, which one is the button that I don't. Does this thing? Which button?
Gosh, yeah. Zorbly, you're wondering why the can is vibrating, and you're thinking it's maybe something mechanical. Chrys, I think you're sort of peeking the most out of the hole in the can. And Lester, you are close behind her. You can hear the owl saying, "I'll put this in, I guess, his office, or probably, yeah, office. And in the morning, it's I am, whatever. So, yep, the owls muttering to themselves. It seems that they are on track to put this tin can toy car into someone's office, or into an office, and just leave it there for morning.
Oh, the offices are not in the correct direction.
Kind of figured that part.
You don't. You don't know which office. You just know a office.
Off
Okay.
the top of my head, I can think of 3 on the actually 4 through the entire studio. But it's like, options. Which one?
And you said that
We could just
and you said that the owl put us on top of the desk.
They haven't. If you guys aren't going to do anything, and you're going to let the owl just do whatever it's doing, then yeah. So the owl is going to take. I think. Chrys, with that, I think I'll let this perception carry over. Xorbly, you're still in the back of the can with that 5. You don't see where you're going. Lester, you kind of recognize this place, but you don't come up here much. Chrys, you do recognize as the owl takes you to sort of the front entrance area, and behind to like some sort of like receptionist, like not the reception desk, but like an office behind there, and pulls open a drawer that has a whole bunch of kind of odds and ends and stuff like that, like set of keys, someone's sunglasses, like a single like sock for some reason. They set you down, still muttering about kids leaving their darn toys everywhere and gonna break someone's ankle and blah blah blah. And they shut the drawer, and you hear the door shut behind them as they leave the office.
Okay.
We're in the lost and found drawer.
Are we any closer to where we need to be?
I mean, don't ask me that question.
You can look over the map again. You would need a source of light, or you can.
Well, I mean, thankfully
I don't know
Xorbleeglok
that.
has the light cantrip, so you know,
Mm-hmm.
Xorbleeglok turns on the lights in the can.
I want to check on Squeak.
Thank
Before
you.
we do that, I want to check on Squeak.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. So, Xorblee, if Xorblee turns on the lights, Chrys, you and Xorblee can pull out the map and look over it and figure out where you're at in relation to some of the marks. Lester, you're climbing out on top of the can?
Yeah, to go see Squeak.
Would you like to roll an insight? It's not a high DC.
Yeah.
It's not a high DC, I promise you.
How are you holding up, Squeak?
With a 16, Squeak isn't holding up super great. Yeah, the can is rattling a little bit, and they look really spooked, and they go, Lester? And they're kind of scrabbling against the can a little bit, but you stuck them on with a piece of tape. So, actually, they don't have a good mod, but let me see if they can get themselves off. 15, yeah, I think they see you, and they sort of, they scrabble against the can for a little bit, unstick, plop off onto the ground, and they just, like, run to you immediately. It's like, Lester, there was, are you, okay? There was an owl, and, are you, okay? I don't, Lester? And yeah, that's the noodle.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. We're okay. You were on the outside of the can, though. Are you all right?
I think so. Yeah.
You sure?
Maybe. Do you know where the owl went?
Oh, I think they left. We heard the door close. Can I hug Squeak? Can I soft hug Squeak?
Absolutely. You can hug the noodle. Yeah, you hug the noodle. They crawl around you back. And yeah, they calm down just a little bit. But they're still very distressed. A little nervous. Kind of fluffed up. But they seem otherwise unharmed. Aside from being quite shaken.
Very panicked.
Very panicked.
If we want to do like a quick brief transition back to like Chrys and Xorblee in the can. Let's see how they're doing. Xorblee's like looking over the map while kind of grumbling to himself. He's both kind of shaken up by the incident, but not as much as you might expect. He seems more irritated than anything. Yeah, it used to be so much easier. I mean, you can roll insight if you want.
Yeah, why not?
Are you guys staying inside the can, or are you coming out, or you can do it.
We're still kind of looking over the map and stuff, trying to figure out, okay, what's our plan to get out of here.
Yeah.
And that doesn't get you much. He's just kind of muttering to himself, trying to figure out, okay, so if this is where we were, and then we went... Did we go that direction or this direction? I can't tell.
I think I might know where we are, but
well, that's a relief.
We have to get out of the drawer first.
Yeah. How tightly closed do you think this thing is? Because Xorblee, being Xorblee, has a dumb idea, but he's going to wait until he can get everybody's approval to do it first. So for now, he's just kind of like, okay, let's take a moment to recollect ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
The low insight roll doesn't get you much from, like, Xorblee,
That's okay.
besides the obvious.
Kind of par for the course for Chrys, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Chrys, I'm just going off of your map reading roll from before because you read the map, and you know this location at least. So you know where to go, sort of from here. You know the direction to go from here. But yeah, as mentioned, you are currently stuck inside of a drawer, and you're inside of a drawer. Those aren't known for being terribly mobile.
Yes.
Can I use the mage hand to
Ooh.
grab the door, the drawer handle from the outside and pull the drawer open?
You
I mean, we can't really see outside there.
yeah,
So you kind of be grasping blindly, right?
But I should be able to. I mean, okay, hold on. I should be able to guess where the handle is based on the screw on the inside of the drawer.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not Chrys is actually smart enough to figure that out, I'd probably roll for it, but that's my theory.
Because I have a plan B, if that's
Yeah. I'll let you. You can try that. You have to roll. You have to roll Dex.
Okay, well, I'll roll my intelligence first to see whether or not she even thinks of that.
Yeah.
15. Okay, that's
I say that
probably
probably
enough.
does
What do you
it.
reckon? Okay. All right. Dex. Hey!
Okay,
Oh,
with a
nice.
19. So with a 19, you very easily go. You figure out where the handle is, and you go to tug with Mage Hand, only for the drawer to shift a little bit, and then not move any further with sort of a clunk. There seems to be something keeping this drawer from being opened.
Is it
Oh,
locked?
tell me it's
Is it
locked.
locked?
I don't know. You guys haven't rolled any perceptions or illuminated the inside of the drawer. I don't know what's going on. Nope. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, we should probably do that, huh?
Probably don't know.
If you don't, okay, so
Still worked anyway.
the
We need
inside
light,
of this
right?
drawer is dark. Rada, you only said Xorblee turned on light inside of the can, unless you specify that Xorblee is also going to be illuminating the drawer
Xorblee-
itself. Pulls out, I don't know, a spotlight.
Xorblee probably has like a small light that he can bring out of the can. Yes.
Rada,
It's
I just had a incredibly cursed, fantastic thought I'm gonna throw by you. So, you know how cars have that like under light like LED strips?
Oh my god!
I had never considered this before, but now that you say it, I have to do it.
Oh no.
So the bottom sliver of this soda can just kind of like shifts a little, and suddenly there's like a little streak of like tiny little lights along the bottom to light up the drawer.
There's like 5
Okay.
surface mount LEDs that are affixed to the bottom of this can. And they do illuminate the inside of the drawer, so you will not be rolling perception at disadvantage. Or
Okay,
perception
now
or investigation.
Well,
I'm gonna
Xorbleeglok
roll.
rolled a 5. That doesn't help.
Got a 19.
6, never mind.
6.
Uh,
Lester.
Chrys
you
out
are-
here carrying.
Lester, you are wrapped in Noodle. Noodle was extra startled by light suddenly happening. You are almost completely encapsulated in Noodle right now. Chrys,
He's fine with this.
Xorbleeglok, you're probably temporarily blinded by the very brightness of your LEDs, but Chrys, you see that there is indeed a lock on this drawer. You can see the little sort of inside of the metal tab that is keeping the drawer shut currently, and preventing you from pulling it open with your mage hand.
Well, that's the problem.
Oh, so that
I'd say also like
if you're pointing it out to us, then
yeah. I with those other, I like Chrys would be really the only one that noticed, and she's only sort of looking for the lock, but you can see like the other things that are around, in the drawer. Like I said, like a pair of sunglasses, keys, regular lost and found things. There's like, for some reason, like the caps off of like a keyboard. But keyboards haven't really been super invented yet. They're definitely alien, is what I'm getting at. It's a weird mix. There's just a pile of glitter in the corner. It's a drawer.
Xorbleeglok, like, I assume Chrys is pointing out the lock, and
Yeah.
at which point Xorbleeglok is sufficiently irritated, and he's like, "Alright, I have an idea, but I'm going to need you all to cover your ears."
Oh.
Okay.
Ear?
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
however you hear things. And Xorbleeglok is going to dig around in his soda can, pull out, his ray blaster, because the alien, and then he's going to point it at the lock and cast Shatter.
Oh,
Oh.
We are
fantastic.
blowing this lock open.
Oh.
What? Okay, cool.
So the lock takes 3d8 thunder damage.
What is the range and the spread of Shatter by chance?
Oh.
Shatter's range is 60 feet, but the radius is only 10 feet. And if we're putting this into tiny terms, then we
10
should be
inches.
far enough away. Like 10-foot radius, 60-foot range, so I think we're all far enough away from the lock that it shouldn't damage our hearing. It'll just be kind of like a loud.
So you're centering it on the lock, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. Time to come up with a con for a luck, I guess.
I mean, it says a non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes damage. It explicitly says that
Yeah.
Yeah, it it doesn't have a saving roll to do. It is just going to explode.
Okay, yeah.
In which
cool.
case, I'm just gonna roll the damage for fun.
Roll the damage for fun. 10.
10.
Okay, I say, yeah, with a 10, you bust the lock, and also part of the, it's a desk lock. These aren't super beefy. You mangle this lock and also the wood area around it, with a shattering crack, and yeah, the lock hangs limp and sort of loosely, kind of, on the drawer. And, yep, the drawer slides on open now.
Xorbleeglok, like, comically, like, blows the tip of his ray gun and like, puts it back in the can. Like, alright, we can go now.
Oh,
Uh,
oh,
I have a thing.
Oh,
Thing time.
If you'd like, roll insight on Lester.
Squeak
Sure.
roll insight on Lester. Whoop.
yeah, that's about as well as
Neither
I
of those
can
were very good.
do.
What can I give you for that? He didn't like that noise.
Oh, baby.
To be fair, we didn't really expect him to like the noise either.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Xorbleeglok was like, cover your ears. It's gonna be loud.
Yeah, still though.
Okay. Are you okay, Lester?
Huh? Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm okay.
Okay. All right. Now what?
Well, we get out of this door and drive out. I think Chrys figured out the right direction we need to go, and once we get out of there and get to the reception area, we should be ready to get back on to what we were originally doing. It should be that simple.
Can you get the can out of the drawer easily?
Well, the jump height won't be. Actually, Xorbleeglok like takes a pause thinking about it. The normal jump height probably wouldn't be enough. He does have another option, but at the same time, it could be. It would require a bit of like a double. Like it would require 2 spell slots, and I'm like thinking, is it worth it? It might be worth it.
So, if you would like to perhaps roll perception or investigation again to look around inside of the drawer to see if there's anything that you might be able to use to help sort of make some sort of ramp. Get him out. You can do, there's materials and things around you. If your characters would look for alternate options.
Okay, what would we roll to look around for
Perception.
Well, no, that's just.
Oh wait.
Perception or investigation.
I know which one of those I'm better at. Okay.
Xorbleeglok's gonna help. See what he can find.
These rolls though.
There we go. There we go.
And
don't worry.
I'm going to guess that you tell Squeak what you're doing.
Yeah, like
Thank
we're
you for
gonna
getting
be
to do that. I'm sorry.
They're not super helpful though. I think Xorbleeglok with that 17, you find like a flip-flop? Question mark? It's very shiny.
Yeah, if it works.
It's literally just a single flip-flop. And you think you might be able to prop it up somehow if you like secure it. Because it's a flip-flop. It just kind of flop.
Yeah. And before we do anything else, Xorbleeglok is gonna turn to the rest of the group and be like, "Don't worry, if this happens to be an upper drawer, I do have featherfall. So
okay.
I do have featherfall.
That's reassuring.
That's the slow one, right?
Yeah. So we'll land safely.
Okay. Squeak hands you a fork they found. And Lester, you found like half of a shoelace.
Tie stuff together, I guess. I don't know.
I'm gonna. What should I roll to see if Zorbly can build this up together properly? Should I just roll like an intelligence check or something else? Maybe
I'd
maybe
say
this is a survival.
you can, yeah, D&D 5e, no actual, like, skill rolls my beloved. You can roll a, you can roll either, like, a wisdom, based roll, or, like, an intelligence, based roll, to sort of try and engineer a ramp out of the drawer, from these materials.
I'm going to go with survival, just because, like, yeah. The dice
The dice say no.
Okay. I can try and help. I don't know if Lester would be much help, but
Yeah, Lester, you see Xorbly struggling.
I have.
You can either use the help action and let Xorbly re-roll, or you can make a roll of your own.
What was your mod? 2? I have +3, so I'm gonna try and roll on my own. It's not that much more, but
12.
And it's
okay.
better than Xorbleeglok.
Sounds alright.
With a 12, you managed to turn, like, I think, like, Xorbly, like, ended up, like, tying a bow, like, on the flip-flop part, and it was kind of a neat, like, art project almost, but it wasn't really rampy.
Right.
You managed to make something that's decently sloped, Lester, and
We made a slope?
it's kind of pointing in the direction you would want to go.
Okay.
I mean, Zorbly's overconfident. He's willing to do it.
Okay. I can't think of anything else to do.
I mean, if we want to just go for it, we can go for it. Everybody think this is going to work?
Um,
I don't think it's going to not work.
we can try.
Well, what are we doing again?
See what happens. Trying to get the can out the drawer.
We're going to be driving up the flip-flop, over the edge of the drawer, and then I'm going to feather fall us back down to the floor so that we can get back to our job.
Okay. Yeah, so, are you all going to be climbing into the camp?
I think,
Cautiously, yeah.
given as Chrys is a butterfly and can fly, I think she will not be in the can, so that Squeak could be in the can, maybe?
Okay. Okay, in that, if we're putting Squeak in the can, then Squeak goes in the can first.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, okay, I'll make a dex roll for that. If it was actual physics, this wouldn't work. But since we're going by Toon logic, there's a chance this could work. I'll make a dex roll to see if Squeak can actually 9. They're stuck kind of halfway in the can. Like their first set of skitter sticks are in the can. The last 2 are not. You have 1/3 of a noodle stuffed in a can now. If you would like to either try and yeah, you got 1/3 of a noodle in a can.
Zorbly's just rubbing his face like, alright, that's not gonna work.
If we can't get Squeak into the can, maybe Chrys can carry Squeak.
You can try and push Squeak into the can if you would like. They just have run out of anything to grab themselves through.
Is that just strength to help?
Zorbly's I mean, Xorbly can make the attempt to like shove the rest of Squeak into the can.
No.
That's even worse.
Let me try.
Xorbly.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah, Lester hasn't.
Yeah.
Lester's doing alright.
Chrys and Xorbly with 4s, matching 4s. I think you don't expect Squeak to be as noodly as they are, so you push and they just kind of like go in the direction, like a different direction. But Lester, you are proficient in
Yeah.
Squeak handling, and you do manage to stuff the noodle inside of the can. They're in it now. Good luck getting
Yay!
it out? Question mark.
Oh.
But
Oh wait!
It's-
Oh no!
Well, let's hope there's enough room for us.
the inside of the
I forgot
can
there
is
was a
very
second part
soft
to
and
that.
padded
Okay.
now.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I can just hold on really tight to the outside if I can't fit.
I think you can
I
fit, but
mean-
it's definitely It's definitely cozy.
Cozy?
Tighter.
Cozy.
Yeah.
Intimate. Close in no personal
And
space.
Xorbly's also like, kind of like, alright. And he's like getting the engines ready.
Okay.
Hello.
When you guys are ready, just
Hello.
when you guys are ready.
Xorbly.
Oh. Wow. Like, okay, we're gonna get this moving. He's gonna rev the engine,
Okay.
and do I have to make a roll to get up the ramp, or
I make a what is I'm not gonna make you roll car acrobatics. I will let you roll like what's the vehicle roll? Vehicle handling roll. I will let Xorbly roll something.
in previous sessions, I remember using survival for vehicle handling, so I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah.
Hey!
There we go.
There we go.
They're like, all right, we're just gonna go.
Okay.
He just pushes a couple buttons, and the car gets rolling up the ramp that they built out of the flip flop over the edge of the drawer, and then right as they right as the wheels go into like empty air, Xorbly hits another button, and like this parachute comes out from the back of the can.
Oh, that's so good.
With a
That's
21,
fantastic.
it makes a beautiful arc, and the lights under the can, because you have not yet turned them off, the lights under the can make a fantastic image as this underlit car can sails across the air and screeches to a really cool like Akira slide halt
Yeah.
in the room. Yeah, that happens. It's really cool.
And now that we're on the floor,
21.
Xorbly's gonna remember to turn off the light now.
Cool. It's dark again. Yep.
Chrys is just clapping. She's bringing herself down and just going clap clap clap.
So it must have been a show, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Alright, so now that we're down here, you remember which way the exit is?
Chrys is going to point at the office door.
there's a door there.
Oh. Door
Doors.
puzzle. Okay. We did drawer puzzle, now it's time for door puzzle.
Drawer puzzle. It's
Xorbly just kind of gives the door a look like, oh boy.
I will say this door is one of the like arm. It's not like a round. It's not like a round handle. It's like a one of the levery handles. But that is all that you can make out without rolling.
Can I fly over and try and turn the handle by like sitting on it?
You'd have to roll strength.
Maybe this might be another good use of like Mage Hand as well. I can't remember if that's I think that might be another spell slot
If
though.
that doesn't work, I have a backup plan.
Mage Hand is a cantrip, so that's fine.
Oh,
16 to try and open the
Six-
turn the
Yep.
thing. Unless it's
16.
locked too.
This door is not locked. Because it's been
Oh,
inside
okay.
there. And 16 opens the door. And are you trying to open the
Great.
door in a stealthy manner at all?
Well, I mean, I only
Uh-oh.
need to open it by like an inch.
yeah. You only need to open it enough for a soda can to be able to pass through the gap.
Yeah.
Are you trying
I mean,
to open it? Are you
going
trying
to
to
try
be
and-
stealthy? Is my question.
Are you doing it fast
Sure.
or slow?
Cool.
I'll do it slow. I'll do it with some stealth. Why not?
If you
It's an
roll,
11.
if you're doing it slowly, I'll let you roll an advantage.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
19.
Yeah.
You pull open the door, you hear it start to creak a little bit, and then you slow down and you open the door. And you can creep on out.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Are we leaving Squeak inside the can for now?
Probably
Yeah.
for the best.
Squeak should probably not be on the outside at this point.
Squeak is just vibing.
Yeah,
They're
Chris can ride on top of the can now. Unless the wings are easier.
Does Squeak still have the tape on them?
the tape is on
Does
top
Squeak
of the can.
still have the tape?
Yeah,
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
the tape is on top of the can. Yeah, it's on top of the can.
Yeah, Xorbleeglok will just get that off later.
You wax it and make it all pretty again.
Yeah.
So, even though you know the direction that you need to go to get to the first set of markings on the map, you still will have to roll survival to navigate there.
Alrighty. Let's see how well that goes.
Huh.
Hey.
Chris knows what they're doing. Xorbleeglok does
Xorbleeglok.
not.
That's a 6, Xorbleeglok.
Oh, God.
Gosh.
You know what Xorbleeglok's doing? He's like constantly poking his head out the front of the can, trying to figure out where Chris is pointing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Squeak probably gets in your way.
Oh, God. No.
I'm not even gonna roll for this one.
Bless.
Yeah.
Please, we need somebody else to possibly.
Yeah, Chris, you are not stuffed in the can with you're not stuffed in a soda can with a noodle and 2 other people. So you are able to, figure out, oh yes, this hallway, oh yeah, this hallway, through this one, through that one. And you get to like what looks like some sort of like storage like back room at the very back part of the studio, and still dark, and yeah, you are in you're in this sort of it's just there's a bunch of boxes, they might be files, something, but the marks on the map are along the furthest back wall.
Cool. That's where Chris is going to lead everybody.
All right.
And Xorbleeglok's just going to follow Chris's lead because he does not know what else to do at this point.
Luster's just really cozy.
Bless him. So I think you keep going for a little while. Let me see. you... where's the right tab? Here's the right tab. So you make your way through the storage room without incident along to the back wall, where in the baseboard you can see there's something different about the coloration at this baseboard here, but that's all that you can tell right now in the dark, without rolling perception or investigation or anything.
Yeah, Xorbleeglok's going to be a bit curious, mostly because he just has not done much else at this point besides save the group from the mistakes he made.
Oh, we love
Nat one! I didn't think it would get any worse.
Oh no.
Within that one,
Okay.
Xorbleeglok, I think you think that maybe this is the spot on the map, right? It's probably talking about one of those boxes over there.
Xorbleeglok's probably accidentally bumped into the wall a couple of times.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
He's trying, he really is.
Oh, Xorbleeglok, you're doing great. I love you.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Cherry, do you want to say something first before I do anything?
What?
Do you have anything you want to do before I do something?
I'm gonna be honest. I zoned out for a little bit, so I'm not even sure where we are.
So you are
in. I'm gonna get Chrys to.
Let me update Cherry real quick. You're in
No, you're fine.
Yep, you're in a storage room at the very back of the Dodo Studios building. It is dark. You can't really see much. This is the spot that is marked on the map. And there looks like there's something maybe a little different about an area of the baseboard, but without doing any sort of rolls, that's all you can, or bringing in any sort of light, that's all you can tell.
I don't have any light things, but I could roll something at disadvantage.
Or you could mention maybe needing a light. The world is your oyster.
Yeah.
There is just...
You can communicate.
There is a Xorbleeglok. You
other
can turn on the
parameters.
lights again.
Bless.
Listen, I'm out of it right now. Okay.
It's fine. None of these characters have a brain cell right now, and it's fine.
No.
Chrys doesn't have a brain cell most of the time. She's doing surprisingly well today.
Oh, this is a disaster party, and I love it.
Oh man.
I'm gonna have Lester tap at Xorbleeglok then and ask for a light so we can see whatever that is.
Yep, Xorbleeglok's gonna flick the switch and turn the lights back on, because, yeah, it's dark.
Are the LEDs
okay.
on the bottom of Xorbleeglok's can are they RGB or are they one specific color? This is an important question that is
I'd say they're just white, because, I mean, there's only so many modifications you can put into a single soda can.
That's fair.
You need a fleet of soda
Okay,
cans,
okay.
obviously. Oh boy. Okay, I'm gonna roll perception as well. What's my perception again? 19.
Oh,
Yep. So both Lester and Chrys, you can see that there's this part behind a box on near the base of the wall that was pretty expertly covered up. But it looks like there was some sort of hole that was quite possibly chewed through here at some point, and has been filled in with some sort of caulking and covered over and hidden with paint, which has chipped and flaked away a little bit. But this particular this particular one does not seem to have been like busted through or compromised. It looks to be in pretty good shape still, even if it isn't as pretty as it once was.
Xorbly still has no idea what we're looking for.
Xorbly, you were looking at
Point it
the
out to
box
him then.
that you guys had to circle around, and there's like some very like I think there's some like old writing that's like been crossed out a couple times because this box has been reused like at least 8 different times, and that's what you are currently very interested in. Like maybe this is
You know what?
Zorbly's
Xorbly's never been to this part of the studio. He's just curious.
He's curious and he thinks
Point out the thing then.
with a nat 1, he's pretty sure with a nat 1. This is a nat 1. A nat 1, that X on the map was definitely leading to this box that it looks like there's a treasure map on it, honestly. That's what you get. There's definitely a treasure map on this box, and that's what you've been sent here to do. But yeah, there's a mouse hole in the wall that's popped up.
This is what we're looking for, don't you think, Lester?
Maybe. Hey, Xorbly, look.
What?
Over
You
there.
mean the box over there?
No, not that.
That's just a wall.
There's a thing on the wall, though.
I don't see what you're talking about. What? No, the box story, right? Xorbly like grabs the map again and he's just looking over it.
Yeah. There should be more of these, but this one looks fine, which is good. And we can move on to the next one.
They're like gonna take one last look at the box. It's like, if you say so, and he'll just drive along to what he assumes is the next box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I gave him a good intelligence stat, but this is just he's having a rough night.
He's having a rough night. It's okay.
Oh,
Bless.
I think we all are.
So there is one more area. You're driving with the lights on, I'm guessing, and there is one more mark in this area that is written on the map, and you drive along and you find it. It's a it's hidden behind actually a shelf and some crates and stuff that looks like they haven't been moved in a very, very, very long time. It's very dusty back here. But you can definitely see, this is the area on the map. If you would like, I'm
gonna give Xorbly another perception roll.
Give another perception. If y'all want to give me your passive perceptions, I can also just go off of that. Since the dice are bullying
Xorbly's
you.
Should we put those in the...
Yeah.
Should we put those in the game zone?
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be great if I could actually access it. Okay.
Also, I don't know what the previous roll that you did was, Trad, but that was just a flat 20.
Ah.
You know, this list of passives suddenly explains a lot more.
Yep. So,
Dice Parser just wants to ruin us.
yeah, Xorblee. There's definitely something here in this wall that is here. It does look different. There's something about this wall that's different. Lester, it looks tiny sized and shaped. And Chrys, you can tell that this is a little door in the wall. Possibly a tiny door. There's a tiny door in the wall.
Oh, I didn't know there was a door our size up here.
A door?
What?
There's a door. Over here, look. And she's gonna float over to it.
Xorblee's gonna drive a little closer so that the group can get a better look at it.
Yeah.
Huh.
She's gonna lead them over to the door and gesture to it. Will Smith hands.
Ta-da!
Do any of you guys know what that door's for?
I wonder if someone lives up here.
We're checking to make sure they're all locked up tight. And Squeak's going to roll. So please, you haven't taken Squeak out of the can. Squeak's Rada, that one thing you did where, that one thing you did where, like, Squeak's head is just, like, can barely fit through the can opening. I need you to imagine that, but in reverse.
Oh.
You just have, like, the very, like, tippiest tip of the noodle head, like, just crammed outside of the can. Well, presumably you guys are on the outside. Squeak's just...
That is all we see. Just that.
Should we help Squeak again?
No, I'm just letting you know what the visual is. Squeak is fine where they're at, they don't care. But just when Squeak is not out and about, it's literally just Squeak's head that is just kind of like shoved through this can door opening and is sneaking out. Just barely enough for their eyes to get out. So yeah, Squeak is going to roll investigation on this door, and that was
oh my god! That is a 0.
Oh.
Squeak goes.
Dice Parser, I'm gonna wrangle.
God, Dice Parser, we love you.
Okay.
So yeah, Squeak starts talking to you guys, but they get distracted, while they try to poke their head out the window. Not the window, through the can tab opening. But they get just so distracted they miss the opening, and they just kind of like they're talking from inside the can. I don't have anything metal I can talk into, or else I absolutely would. But you can hear them from inside the can. They're just like
bonking their poor face against.
They're just like, yeah, we're making sure they're all locked tight. If I can't, where'd it go?
What do you say? Hang on, I'm gonna roll. What should I roll to have Xorblee help guide Squeak's head to the opening?
Animal handling.
Animal handling. Okay.
17.
Finally, good roll.
Come on, Squeak. You get one good roll. Yeah.
And it's Guide Noodle.
Yeah. Guide Noodle.
Noodle handling.
Yeah, you guide Squeak's head. you guide Squeak back to the hole, and they pop their head out and they say, "Yeah, we need to make sure it's locked up tight." And they do investigation again. They roll a 12. So they get a pretty good look at it, but it looks to be locked. It looks to be locked up.
We should try the door then, right?
Sounds like the easiest way to do it. Chrys is
Yeah,
just going to
might
try
as
the
well.
handle. Just gonna reach out, try the handle.
You try the handle. It seems. It does seem. The door doesn't move. You haven't rolled anything to look at this door, but you try the handle. The door doesn't move. You don't know why.
We should probably look at the door before trying to open it then, I guess.
I mean, Xorbleeglok can't see much considering the opening to the can is being taken up by Squeak, so...
You can shove Squeak out of the way and look.
Can I roll to look at door?
You can all roll to look at
let's
door.
roll our
It'd be an
perceptions.
investigation roll to look at door.
Investigation specifically?
Yeah.
Okay.
You are investigating an object.
Oh,
Dice parser, you good?
okay, mine's the 9.
Oh gosh,
6.
Xorbleeglok, baby, darling. Oh man.
Man, Dice Passer is not cooperating.
Chris
Why
is
is
the
Chris with the
only
brain
one
cell
with
today?
rights right now. Gosh.
It's so unusual for her. She's like, oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so
Xorbleeglok is just... At this point, Xorbleeglok is just the taxi driver. He's not the one doing the job.
Xorbleeglok,
Lester's confused.
Yeah, Xorbleeglok, you try, and I think, because you said that you're still in the can with Squeak, you try to, like move Squeak, like, out the way, but you're actually just kind of crammed in the hole there with them, and you can't really see well. Lester, yeah, you're confused. This is a tiny door? You don't really remember anyone mentioning this. And Chrys, you can see that the door has several boards that are nailed across it, and what looks like some of that, like, same caulking material, you can see that, like, in the seams, on, like, in between, like, the seam of the door and the baseboard.
Oh, well, that would make sense.
Oh.
Well, I don't
Okay.
think it's going to open.
Oh, wait. What? Oh, okay.
I guess that means it's locked? That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
What's on the other side, Squeak?
Dun-dun-dun-dun. What is your history mod, Squeak? It's not great. That's a 14. Well, you can get outside the studio through there, and that's not good. So it's locked up.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Oh,
Huh.
oh, this would have been a heck of a lot easier than the other way. Huh.
Yeah. So if
Anyway.
it's locked up, we can check at the other ones.
Okay.
Other ones? You mean like there's more ways, like... So basically what you're saying is these are all exits.
Not now.
This one has a nice door. That one over there was just a hole.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
We're just making sure all the holes are closed up good, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Well, let's go find the other one.
Yeah. Let's go.
Huh.
How many are there?
There is a undetermined number that I'm gonna see how there's a number that is sufficient for the amount of time that you guys are gonna take and that we have.
Fair enough.
Okay. Let's keep going.
Xorblee is looking at that door like he was looking at the box earlier.
Yep.
It's like, hmm,
Yep.
wow.
You don't have to keep going, but yeah, that's a thing you just learned.
He's gonna keep it in mind. Like,
Mhm.
as we're going to the next door, he's gonna keep it in mind. But his face has definitely shifted to something a lot more thoughtful.
Mhm.
Like, he has many thoughts at this moment.
Yep.
Okay.
Chris also has many thoughts.
I don't think Lester can think today.
Squeak is on the inside with Xorblee. They're gonna roll insight on Xorblee, and that's an 18.
Yeah. You know, okay, so I don't know, I can't remember like how much like Squeak has really interacted with Xorblee. Like, I'd say like they've met a couple of times, they like hung out, did some fun stuff, but overall it's kind of like Xorblee's always kind of been a bit detached from the rest of the cult, and it's kind of like
that
you
seems
you
accurate.
wonder he might. The big question is, how did he get in? Because you don't know how he got in.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So, is that what Squeak gets? That sort of he's thinking about that, or?
It's kind of like if you don't know how Xorblee got in, but he doesn't recognize that there are doors to the outside, then how did he come in if not from outside?
Oh.
Did you get lost in here too?
Lost is a word. Yeah, lost is definitely a word for it.
It is a word.
Xorblee's just gonna nod a bit, like, yeah.
Lots of things are words.
Oh, sweet.
Xorblee just gives Squeak a little head pat, like, yeah, lots of things are words. He's not gonna elaborate any further,
Oh.
but you can tell, like, his mind is elsewhere. He's like
accepts
partially
the head pat
avoiding
gracefully.
talking about the topic.
Yes.
Xorblee is kind of avoiding talking about the topic that's really on his mind, but you know, he's kind of lost.
Kind of lost. Squeak accepts the head pat gracefully and doesn't really press. They're just vibing right now. They're hanging out with Xorblee. Xorblee doesn't like cuddle as much, and like they're kind of like they have to hang out with Xorblee right now, and that's cool. So yeah. Yeah, are you guys
Seems like a lot of effort.
Mhm.
Oh, Chris was just going to kind of offhandedly say to Lester, like, this seems like a lot of effort just to keep some mice out.
Man, I had a thought and then I lost it. I don't remember it all too well. I don't know if there were a lot of them. Might have been.
They're not that much bigger than we are usually, are they?
Kind of. Depends on how tall you are, I guess. They're bigger than me.
I suppose. Are they that bad?
I think I only met the one in person. I don't know anymore. They're supposed to be, I guess.
Hmm.
There was a whole war for them, after all.
She's just gonna do this really large blink and not make any more remarks on the topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not been here long enough to have experienced the
Cool.
first Mouse War, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So with that stealth roll I just did, if y'all would like to roll initiative.
Oh no. That came out of nowhere.
Okay. What? Oh, huh?
What's Chris?
Why do I hear boss
No,
music?
never mind. It's okay. Initiative's +3. Ah!
Finally, Xorbleeglok rolls good.
I didn't
wasn't
put
a
a
D.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, oh, that's nice. Take
Okay.
2. Did I do it again?
Gosh!
Never
Dice
mind, I guess.
I
parser,
got the
what?
20 anyway.
How did you?
Dice parser, what? Dice parser,
What?
please.
Dice Parser really likes Chris today.
Dice parser really
Wow.
likes
This is
Chris.
Chris's session.
God.
Okay. I guess we're doing this now, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you, as, you are talking, there is, Chrys and Lester, you are walking outside the can, and, dun 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 dun. Cool. So you all are surprised as this house centipede shows up kind of out of nowhere for all of you, because that was an 18 and your highest passive is 17. So it is going to strike out sort of out of nowhere at probably, is Chrys flying right now?
No, she's walking next to Lester.
Okay. Yep. It's going to try and attack Chrys. So that is
Okay.
Oh.
Does a 12 hit?
It does not.
Cool. So that was the centipede's turn. They rolled. Okay, so we got an 18, a 19, 16. So it's Chrys.
Write this out, right?
Don't forget the 23.
Yep. Zorb.
Oh man. Dice Parser took one look at this butterfly and was like, you're going to have a good day.
You're gonna have a good
Okay.
day. 1 second. Let me figure out what.
Zorb.
Plus 1. Whoa. Okay, come on. Yeah, Squeak goes last.
Okay.
So with that, a house centipede has gotten the drop on you and has made an attack against you, Chrys. It is now your turn.
She's not particularly impressed. She's like gonna have jumped back a little bit. It's like, rude. And she does not have a whole lot to do damage with. She's just gonna... I might roll hammer space to get her dagger out.
Oh,
And I could fumble it
Oh.
immediately.
Oh, fantastic.
convenient. Okay.
Hold on. Let me get the fumble table. She doesn't have a custom one.
I'll give you the option to use the
Oh, that's what I forgot
beta
to do.
Tiny's fumble table.
Oh, okay.
If you want.
That makes a whole
Beta.
lot more sense, to be quite honest. Oh crap! Where is it? Oh no!
It's in
It's
here.
in,
I can copy the image and post it in the roll zone.
It's
in town.
Tiny Town Square.
I found it. I found it.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So she rolled a 20, which means on that new chart is a screw. And I think she's just going to look at it and go, okay, I'll hit you with this. Because I don't think she's got time to change
Improvised
stuff.
weapon.
Yeah.
Boy. I have no idea what to roll for an improvised weapon.
I think it's just kind of like an unarmed strike.
5.
Would you say screw is a simple weapon? Because she's at least proficient in simple
Hang
weapons.
on. Improvised weapons. There's something for improvised weapons.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
looking
fine,
it up
whatever
right
it is.
now.
Improvised weapons. Similar to an actual weapon. Or deals 1d4 damage. Thrown weapon. I guess just make a melee attack
Yeah.
with it.
Okay. And is that just my strength or my dex, or...
How are you trying
Oh,
to
not
how are you
just
trying
honest
to
straight up.
wield this? Are you wielding it like as a spear or as like a club?
I think she'd try and jab it with the pointy end.
Okay. So I'll say you're using it kind of like a spear, kind of like a weapon. As a kind of as a dagger. I'll let you have I'll let you use your regular attack roll for it, since you're basically kind of wielding it as a
Okay.
as a dagger.
Alright, no worries. 12?
12 is... Roop. 12 meets it beats. 12 is going to hit. Just roll a straight d4.
Oh! Cool!
Nice.
She is
That
startled.
works.
She pulls out something random and jabs the thing with it.
She pulls out something random and jabs the thing with it. The centipede does not look super happy about that. And it is now the centipede's... Nope, it's Xorblee's turn.
No? Xorblee. Xorblee's go.
Speaking is a
And
free action.
Xorblee!
Currently, Xorblee and Squeak do not know what's happening outside the can. Speaking is a free action if anyone would like to let their other party members know something is going
Like
on.
they're big bug.
That'll do it!
Chrys was definitely making a fuss when a centipede attacked her.
Oh gosh.
Yelling about how rude it was.
What? Something out there? No. Xorblee's gonna poke his head out of the can, see the centipede, and oh damn it. And he's going to really quickly reach, grab that ray gun again, and fire off a triple blast of scorching ray at it. Because Xorblee is not known for being subtle.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's right.
That will hit. That won't hit. And that will also hit. So yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
19 and 23 hit, a 6 does not. Roll 2 scorching rays.
Yeah, just checking. 18
That's
damage!
18.
Yeah, no, Xorblee is literally just poking his head out of the cannon, blam!
That is literally the amount of health it has left. Xorblee, you pull out your ray gun and fire off some blasts, and the centipede goes up in flames, and it's
Oh, okay.
and it
I
curls
am
up,
not
and it's
dealing with this tonight.
yeah, it's like it curls up into a ball of like flaming centipede, and fizzles out like into like a cloud of ash that's like a centipede shaped cloud of ash, and then it's just like the ash all falls. It's gone now.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that
have
was.
to make a will save.
Oh,
Okay.
What does that mean?
So I'm assuming because it's dead, we're out of initiative order now.
yeah.
So Chrys is now running in the other direction. She's not saying anything. She's gone.
Oh.
Go on, skis.
Uh-oh.
Chrys?
Oh, the moment you accidentally activate somebody's trigger and don't realize it.
What's going on?
I don't know. Sort of like he puts the ray gun back down inside the can and like climbs out trying to figure out if he can tell what happened.
Mm-hmm.
We should go get Chrys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do what you want. I think we'll take a real quick break because it's been about 2 hours now. Let's take a 5-minute break.
Yeah.
Get water, do whatever it is you want to do, and we'll get back at it.
Okay.
Sounds
I'm
good.
gonna grab some
Right,
water.
good, right, good.
Dee, thank you for that meme. Yeah, that's about it. This is my break. This is my break time image for this game now. I'm glad my desperation will be immortalized for all of Toonkind to meme upon. Sure. You get up to the door. You don't see. There's a door there. You don't see anything else. Yet.
I am once again asking you to roll perception on this board. This is certainly an interesting train wreck so far.
It is. It's definitely interesting. Xorbleeglok cannot get any good rolls today. Dice Parser just said that this Toonkind alien boy has no rights.
The thing is, when he does get good rolls, something bad happens immediately after.
Bless. No, he helped Squeak see. That was one good thing that happened out of a good roll.
True.
That was at least neutral.
Oh. God. Xorbleeglok has also just the most explosive person here at this
I
point,
love
considering
Xorblee
you
so much.
Xorbleeglok vaporized a centipede.
Yeah, I hope you know that Squeak is just going to oh, I can get inside of Xorblee's can now anytime. And they are going to just try and get inside of Xorblee's can now anytime. Oh, Xorblee's can.
Good.
Time to go
Here's the
outside and
thing.
hang out with
Here's the
this
thing.
cool little guy.
Here's the really funny thing is, Squeak is warm up string. And I'm just like, oh, that can fit in the soda can easily. Nope.
Nope.
It's a little chunk.
Squeak is about 1 inch in diameter,
Oh, dear.
and they're about 7 inches long or so.
We love them. Hello.
They're
Big
crammed
worm.
in there.
Coiled comfortably. Hopefully.
Also, I did not expect this result when selecting Scorching Ray.
Yeah, you just kind of took care of that one, huh?
Yep.
Look, Xorblee was just like, nope.
Not
And then
today.
Chrys ran, and it's like, oops. Didn't
Oops.
realize that was a problem. Xorblee is just my dedicated blow things up character at this point, which I find amazing because he's in the scenario where he's supposed to be stealthy. It's just like, nope, let's damage Jack's door, damage Jack's desk, damage the lightroom floor, blow up a drawer lock.
I love that 16 damage to the floor. It's really
Oh
good.
god.
Alright, so everyone has watered. Is everyone watered? Do we have watered members?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
refilled my water. We're good.
Cool.
And watered.
Hydrated.
Yep. So, yep. Quick summary from the break. There was a centipede. It turned into an ash silhouette, then silhouetted away. And Chrys has run off somewhere for some reason.
She has
Yeah.
evacuated.
And we should probably go
Okay.
find her.
Yeah. I'm just gonna
Yes.
head in that direction then, I guess.
Like, gut instinct, Xorblee's thinking, oh goodness. She has a phobia of fire, doesn't he? Ah, snap.
So, is Chrys trying to hide, or are you just running direct? Or is she just running directly away? Is this going to be some sort of athletics contest, or
I think because she didn't get a nat 1, so she isn't going to make this hugely difficult, I don't think. I reckon I'll just roll her a stealth to hide. And we'll see what happens after that. Dirty
yeah,
20.
she hide real good.
Oh!
Definitely
okay.
hiding.
Uh-oh.
How someone white and bright blue can hide so well, apparently.
We should...
The same way that she has the brain cell today.
We can roll... I'm gonna roll perception. Alright.
Yeah, I'm also gonna roll perception. Xorblee's like getting out of the car at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
No.
Oh
Oh,
my
no.
god.
So you bully!
So you all run
Chrys!
after where you saw Chrys go off to and look around and try and find her, and you do not see her anywhere at all.
No.
Oh no.
I will add, like, Xorblee is still, like, sticking relatively close to the can because of the microphone
You hear
he needs
Squeak
for translation,
ask where
but
you're
also,
going,
like,
and they are. You hear Squeak ask where you're going, but nothing else, as their head is now stuck in the entrance of the can.
it's like,
They tried to follow you, they
there's
couldn't.
2 new
They're
rules coming out. There's two noodles coming out of the front of the can. There's the microphone cord and a squeak head. And Xorbly, like, here's the question, and he's, like, gonna run. He's gonna walk back and be like, Chrys ran off and we're trying to find her.
Shouldn't run off.
I think I might have accidentally scared her with my laser blast.
What?
That was another stealth.
What's a laser?
You know, the fire blasts I just did. I think I might have scared her with those.
Squeak does not know. Squeak does not know what you're talking about. I don't think they actually saw what you did.
Does not know anything.
Squeak doesn't know. Squeak does not know much.
Oh.
You don't have to explain things to Squeak, but yeah,
Okay.
Xorbly, you know by now. Squeak is just like this. But yeah, Squeak tried to follow you. They can't. And speaking is also a free action if you would like to. If Lester or Xorbly would like to try and call out to Chrys. If you don't tell me you're doing something, I can't know if you're doing it or not.
Yeah.
I think while that little interaction was going on between Squeak and Xorbly, Lester was like a little while off, still yelling for Chrys.
Okay. I just rolled another stealth for her.
Okay. Should I roll another perception then, or just?
I know your passive is higher than that, so we can just go with that. Yeah, you can hear her crying, sort of around the corner there a little bit.
Okay, well, he's gonna come by slowly, trying not to scare her. Chrys?
She looks up when she hears you say her name, and she has very wide eyes and tears running down her cheeks, and her dot pupils are very, very small, and she's just sort of hugging herself in an odd way.
Mm.
You can roll insight on her if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. That's okay.
With an 11, like, because I reckon you probably I don't think Xorbly said, "Oh, she's afraid of fire" out loud, but like you can look at her and she's quite scared of something. And given as the two options are centipede or fire, you reckon she's probably pyrophobic.
Mm-hmm. All right. I guess Lester's just gonna sit down next to her silently and then ask, "Do you want to take a little break for a second?" Or
she nods and sort of tries to rub the tears away with the sleeve of her jumper and say, I'm so sorry.
No, it's all right.
I can't do it again.
That's okay. We can wait here as long as you need. I should probably go let the others know where you are, though. We were a bit worried.
Sorry. And she's just gonna sort of sit there and slowly stops sobbing, I guess.
Squeak is a very good hugger. I can go bring them over.
No, I'll come back. I shouldn't have run.
No, it's all right.
She's gonna pull herself up to her feet, and like the way that she's standing, it looks like she's forcing herself to stay upright. But she starts really stiffly half stomp walking back towards where the can is.
I guess Lester's first instinct is to like try and help support her a little bit, I guess, just in case she's shaky.
Yeah, you can roll a perception on that when you get close.
Okay. No, he doesn't notice anything.
No, apparently not.
Yep.
But she doesn't try and push you away or anything, so she is coming back to the group.
Okay.
Yeah. As she comes back to the group, Xorbleeglok glances over and gives a small wave, but he's definitely a lot more reserved in his actions than he's been the past while of this trip.
There, are, don't, run off, please? It's, not safe.
She just gives a nod. She's putting all of her effort into keeping her legs from buckling.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she's
Aw.
like aware enough to like? You guys can do an insight on Xorbleeglok if you want.
Chrys
Yes.
isn't going to.
Oh, 20.
Okay,
30, 20?
Yeah.
Blaster, nice.
like you both realize that Xorbleeglok definitely feels guilty about this because he didn't know,
Yeah.
and that was a bit of a big like blast of fire right there. Lester, you also know that he's kind of like he's hesitant to come like step closer because he's worried he might spook Chrys again.
Okay. I. How do I put this into words? So Lester just kind of softly leaves Chrys there and goes over to Xorbleeglok and just, hey, you didn't know. It's okay.
Yeah. I really should
Just-
stop being so gung ho and everything, shouldn't we?
Well, we're learning.
Zerb was still a bit quiet.
We are
Mm.
ready to go now? We still have to, find, chat more.
You two gonna be all right?
Normally, like, glances over to Chrys and is like, sorry about that.
She doesn't say anything, but she sort of just shakes her head, and she is still doing that really stiff stomp kind of walk, and she's going to try and get into the can with Squeak.
Okay. Once she gets into the can, then Xorbleeglok will get in after because he's the one who drives the thing.
Mm.
It's like,
Hello.
Hi.
Lester, you think you'd be okay with walking, or do you want to ride on?
I can sit on top.
Okay.
I probably need to roll something to get up there, huh?
Roll acrobatics to see if you can get on top of the can.
Mm, 11.
I'll say you get on for I say DC 10. It's not very graceful and it takes a while. But yeah, you do manage to sort of mostly just scrabble on top of the can. You have to get like a hand stuck on the sticky tape to pull yourself up.
All right.
You can tell, like, the can wasn't meant to be written on top so much, but because of just how much Zorbly's been doing, that's just kind of become something he does.
We
He
can
needs
use
to
the
put a
tape.
ladder on the side.
Use
You
the
can
tape as a little
sit-
seatbelt.
You can sit inside the loop of tape like a seatbelt if you want, and that way you don't have to make anything
Yeah.
to stay holding on.
No, he's doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Bug buckle.
Zorbly's gonna, like, follow any directions and just drive along to the next one
Mhm.
at a noticeably slower pace. He's like, you know what, we don't need to gun it. We're trying to relax after everything that just happened. Let's go at a nice casual pace.
Mhm. So yeah, you
Hopefully
guys.
nothing else goes wrong tonight.
You guys navigate. Onto the next location. If you just want to roll a survival to see how long that takes y'all.
Are we all rolling?
Yes. Xorbleeglok.
Please, because Zorbly still doesn't know where he's going.
Oh boy,
See
I'm
if-
gonna.
See if Lester holds the brain cell yet.
He does.
Hey!
Lester, you have your brain cell.
I'm gonna
Got
roll
his
Chrys.
brain
Yeah.
back.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna roll Chrys at a disadvantage, but I don't have to. That's a nat 1.
That one.
Yeah, Chris is too busy, trying to recover.
Mm.
He's snuggling with Squeak.
Takes up most
Let-
of
let
the inside of the
Chris-
can. You guys can't see anything. This tracks. So yeah, Lester.
Let's put it this way.
I've become
Lester is
the
just
navigator.
holding Lester is holding the brain cell while Chris is preoccupied.
Temporary brain cell holder. Let's go.
So yeah, Lester, since you are actually able to see, you navigate to where the next sort of set of holes are. And this brings you to the kitchen in Dodo Studios. And there's a lot of little markings here that you can go around. And as you drive up to one of them, you see another one of those disguised baseboard holes.
Okay.
This one's shut up tight too.
Is it? I don't know.
I'm gonna roll in for perception.
Investigation, yeah.
Yeah.
Investigation? Okay.
Mhm.
Wait. Yeah. Okay.
Finally,
Hey, there you
Zorba's
go.
paying attention.
Yep. Yeah. So Lester, you see this hole as you're coming up to it. And I guess you like tap on the can and Xorbly sticks his head out and you both see that it's okay. It looks like it's sort of crumbled away a little bit. Maybe like some bugs got to it, but it doesn't look like anything bigger than bugs have gotten through it. But it's definitely not sealed up as tight as the other ones are.
Zorbly squints a bit. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not.
We could. Should we leave it as it is or try and feel it a bit more?
Not sure if what's a good thing.
The door is a bit rusty. It's got a couple of holes in it. Nothing
It's not as
massive.
well held up as the others from before.
That's not that's not good. We need to seal it back up.
Xorblee sighs a moment before climbing out of the can with a different ray gun, because Xorblee has mending.
Oh, nice.
And Xorblee he walks up.
Nice.
Good.
He walks up to the door, kind of
because Squeak rolled a 5 on their intelligence check to see if they remembered to bring anything to craft it with. So it's good. That's good.
Well, Xorblee's got mending. He's got a different gun-looking thing this time, but it has this little tank on the back with this sort of metallic powder.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks up to the door, pauses a moment before spritzing it down, and it sort of seals up harder. The holes get covered up and sort of thing. It's you guys, it looks like a magic resealant sort of powder, but to Xorblee knows it's oh, what was that?
Dog, sorry.
But anyway, Xorblee, for Xorblee, it's nanobots.
Magic hot glue gun. Hot glue gun. Magic hot glue gun.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. The nanobots are how Xorblee got the can to do all the stuff. It's just kind of how he does things. Magic hot glue gun. Mending spell.
Alien tech is fantastic.
Yeah. Although if you want to roll insight on his hesitation, you can.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm gonna do it at disadvantage for Chrys, but what's her insight?
I'll let you roll first then.
Oh, you can mark them. You go hash,
right.
and then so you put a hash in after you roll, and then a space, and then you can type stuff. Like that. Yeah. So I said I'm doing it at disadvantage, so I'll do it again.
Chrys really like Kristen.
Apparently. Apart from when she was doing her whiz save.
You're getting your brain cell back.
Maybe. She's going to look over at Xorblee and do some inquisitive looking.
Yeah. Lester, you both notice that he's kind of looking at the door, seemingly wondering what's on the other side. Squeak, you don't really see much from Xorblee. But the other two, you see
this one isn't a door. This one is a chewed out hole.
Gotcha. But he's still kind of wondering if these are all ways out, then what's the world like on the other side? Sort of thoughts you can probably surmise going through his head. And Chrys, in particular, you can tell he's almost doesn't want to seal up the door. He looks like he wants to go out the door himself, but he knows that's probably a bad idea. And he's had a lot of bad ideas tonight, so
Chrys is just going to hold on to that information, I think.
You want to go outside. Yeah. But either way, he finishes mending up the door and heads back to the can alright, next door, I guess.
Alright.
Alright. So you guys keep going. You come across, in the kitchen in particular, there's one, inside of a cabinet that you guys seal up. Xorblee, are you taking any care to make, mending, are you taking any care to make these, any, repairs you do, are you taking care to make them look like the area around them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Leave no trace of the former damage.
Do you maybe roll a, either a sleight of hand or a stealth, or you can use, if you can make an argument.
I'll roll sleight of hand.
Yeah, if you can make an argument for it, just to see how good these look.
I'm gonna say just sleight of hand.
Yeah. 18. There we
Xorble's
go.
actually kind of good at sleight of hand.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
So these look pretty good. You could hardly even tell they're there. So yeah, you keep going. There's one like in a cabinet. There's one like in the bottom of the pantry. And those two aren't particular. Those two look to be in pretty good condition. There's one like behind the refrigerator that was sort of busted out, but it looks like from like someone moving the refrigerator and not from anything actually like hitting it. Until you get to just almost kind of like there's a side of the kitchen that's sort of like really out of the way. It's not even in the kitchen, but it's like on a wall that is shared with the kitchen. And it is another one of these tiny doors. And it is actually unlocked. But there's an X that's marked like inside of the wall.
Xorbly kind of like
Oh.
walks up to the door, like takes a quick glance back at the can, just to, like, are the others watching at this point?
Mm. Yeah. I guess so, yeah.
Like, Xorbly is like, would it hurt to just kind of take a peek?
Uh,
Just like, crack it open a little and see what's on the other side.
It is this one marked.
Which one of us has the map? Does Squeak still have the map? Or do I have it? Or
I say the map is in the can, but you can see it is marked like there is a mark here, but it is beyond the door.
oh.
No.
You would have to go through the door.
Chrys is going to relay that.
Yeah, presumably to reach the mark.
Well, in that case,
Come
Xorbly's
on in then, I
gonna
guess.
walk up and open the door.
The door opens. It doesn't seem like it was locked or barred at all.
Xorbly is like still holding the microphone, just through the door curiously. He's like looking around the whole time. Should I roll perception?
You should. You should roll perception. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
No, I'm giving you advantage because you actually remembered, and also because
What's going on?
that's better.
Dice passer
please.
is a jerk.
Zorb.
This freaking me out for a bit. What happened?
Xorbly's going through the door.
Oh, okay.
And Xorbly wants to see what's in/out there.
Yep. Xorbly, you go through the door. Is anyone else following?
I'm probably gonna get off the can and just peek through from behind, but not go full in yet.
Squeak tries to wiggle out, because they want to inspect all the things, but they only get about halfway out the can.
Oh.
And they're kind of like,
Chrys, help.
yeah, you want
Chrys
to
will
roll?
do a help action to give you advantage.
Okay.
Or
Straight D20. 13. I'd say Squeak gets the rest of the way out.
Better.
Yeah. Well, they're already halfway out. 13 gets them the rest of the way out. They squeeze through with a pop, and they squash before unspooling and just trotting in after Xorbly. Not seeming particularly. Yeah, they're just trotting in after Xorbly. say, yeah. So, with a 13, Xorblee, you see that.
I got a BRB really quick.
Oh, okay, that's real.
Sorry.
That's fine. Intermission time.
Well,
And shove some popcorn in my face. I'll
Water.
mute so you don't have to listen to me eat it.
Mm-hmm.
No popcorn too.
Are
I
you
think
tired? Oh,
just
I was gonna do a commercial.
Hmm?
I was gonna do a commercial.
Do a commercial.
Okay, ignore me. Do a commercial. That's all good.
Yes, sorry, I'm back.
Oh.
I'm back. Something
Okay.
came up.
That works.
But I'm back.
You're good. You're good. You're good. You're fine. Don't worry about it.
It's cool.
So yeah, with a 13, is Lester going to be rolling a perception for the room
Yes.
peeking in?
Yes.
Alrighty.
Or
If it's let me.
for Chrys as well.
Oh,
Ooh.
22.
Alright, yep.
Then
Chrys, that's a house that's small. It looks like a small, place for small people. Xorblee, you, with the 13 walking around, this place has been abandoned for a pretty long time. There's a lot of sort of dust everywhere, and it doesn't, it doesn't seem like it's been lived in, at all. Lester, with a 22, I think this place, reminds you a lot of, kitchen, sort of. It's homey, and it reminds you almost of Beatrice's house, sort of. But you aren't sure if it was hers or if it's just that's just what homey tiny houses feel like. But this definitely has the signs of being lived in at some point. But it looks like whenever someone left, that it's a little bit cluttered and a little bit disorganized. It looks like someone sort of went through everything that was here, pulled some things out, and just left it. And Squeak is walking towards a back wall where you can see another tiny door that does have a board over it that looks like it was sealed up.
All right.
Question.
That must be it.
How long would you say, okay, dumb question number one. Would you say the door is big enough to fit the can through?
I don't think the main door is. I don't think the door is.
Okay.
Yeah, the main door isn't, but
In that case,
it's long enough Xorblee can. It's what's the reach?
Yeah,
on his
the microphone cord is long enough.
Yeah.
It's a whole big foot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like a whole 12 inches. It's decently long.
Yeah, it's good. You're good. Did you have another question?
No, that's all. That's all.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Leslie's gonna point out the door.
Yep.
I wonder if there's more more house back there, or if it's just a back door.
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh no.
Another 0 for Squeak, baby.
Another 0 investigation for Squeak. Lester, you see the door.
What?
Squeak gets turned around and they start walking back towards the door that they where you're at that they came through.
Wrong door. Yeah. Xorblee's gonna walk over to this new door and do an investigation.
Alright, with a 16. With a 16, this door has been boarded up, but there is like the caulking that was used around the edge of the door, is sort of it's eroded away in the way that some of the others have. This looks like maybe with time, maybe like something banged against it, but it's still held, even if it fell away a bit. And you can feel a slight cool breeze.
Oh.
Xorblee's like gonna give a quick glance to Chrys and then glance back at Squeak, who's currently walking the opposite direction.
Yeah, Squeak
and
is
then
walking
just
away.
kind of a brief glance at the door. And Xorblee is going to try and sleight of hand the door slightly more open. Like the curiosity is starting to get the better of him.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to just start kind of fiddling with the door to see if he can get it to budge.
13. With a 13, I think you get the door was there is a locking mechanism on the door and you're able to shift that open, but there's a board nailed across it, and you can't get that out without being a bit more obvious about it.
Yeah. Xorblee's just kind of
but
looking over the board.
You can do it. Squeak is
He's just kind of worried that it might.
Squeak is trying to close the door that they came in through. They're actually closing less
the microphone
on the
cord
other
is
side
probably
of it,
blocked.
and they're trying to lock it.
Oh.
Yeah, they think that's
Oh no!
Wait.
That was a 0, guys. Squeak is now effectively.
Xorblee's gonna glance over at Chrys
Wait, what? Did you lock me out?
Yeah, Squeak is closed and locked. If Lester and Chrys
Xorblee's gonna
if Lester and Chrys didn't go inside, Squeak's just
No, I didn't.
nonchalantly.
I didn't go in. I think Chrys did.
Yeah, I thought Chrys went inside.
I was
Chris
kind of
went
in the
but Lester
doorway.
didn't.
Okay. Lester's gonna knock then and go, guys?
I love Squeak.
We gotta,
Yeah, no, Xorblee's. I'm gonna roll another sleight of hand. I'm gonna roll another sleight of hand to try and get this board off. Unless you think a different roll would be better.
If the sleight of hand doesn't work, you can roll a strength. I say with a 16, you manage to wiggle the board off of the nail. The nails, the wood's kind of rotted around the boards. You manage to wiggle it off. This door is now probably unstuck.
And Xorblee is going to pull the door open and just see what's out there. I'm gonna do another perception check just to be sure we get something.
No.
Chrys is definitely looking as well. 13?
No, I'm gonna use Xorblee's passive perception for this. Is that okay?
That's all right.
A 12 is better than an 8.
A 12 is better than an 8. So with a 12 and a 13, you look out, and this is sort of like a you're up against the outside of the Dodo Studios building. It's dark. There's the night sky. It's kind of cloudy, but it's softly illuminated by the full moon. It's probably waxing right now. It's not full. It's nearly full. It's like 7/8 full. Because I said so. And it bathes everything in a deep blues and soft yellow lights. And you can see sort of past there's like a little bits like wood or something that's kind of hemming in an area, big wood, not little wood, and you can see a big empty field and the black silhouette of a gate looming out in the distance, and beyond it lights, possibly of a town of some sort.
Xorbly is looking up, and he is he is just drinking the view. Like, if you want to roll insight, you can, but it's pretty obvious. Like, he has not been outside for months now, and it shows.
I want to roll an insight just for fun.
Lester, you can roll
Man.
persuasion.
17.
You can roll persuasion to have
Okay.
Squeak open the door.
Because, hey, Squeak, you kind of locked me out.
I'm gonna roll contesting
Oh man.
No. That's okay. Yeah. So not
Oh,
contesting. I meant
yeah.
that was an intelligence check. Squeaks. That's better than a 10. Squeak's like, yeah, you're supposed to not be able to get through. That's the point.
Wait, me?
Yeah. Well,
Xorbly,
we
I'm on the wrong side, Squeak.
Okay. Squeak unlocks the door and lets you in.
Okay.
While you two are doing that, like the 17, like Xorbly is just staring up at the stars, the moon, the clouds. He's like, his eyes are basically like glowing. They're not literally glowing because he's real kind, but you could tell like his eyes are wide, his mouth is slightly agape, like his hands are kind of like one of his hands is like reaching up towards the sky, like you can like he is holding onto that microphone like it's a tether, like it's holding him back, even though really he could just let go. But he's like, oh my goodness, I didn't know there was an outside to this world.
Chrys is going to put a very gentle hand on Xorbly's shoulder. And she's just smiling at him.
Xorbly like glances over, a bit hesitant, but then smiles back, realizing, yeah, there's no hard feelings for what was earlier, but also like Chrys seems to understand this, and it's like, oh, okay.
Squeak.
Okay, this is a good thing.
Squeak notices that the Squeak notices you too at an open door, and like immediately goes, oh no, good, get let's get back inside, okay. And they're rushing up and trying to tug the door closed. It's not.
Westus is kind of peeking through.
It's not safe. It's not safe. You get it's not safe.
It'll be okay for a minute.
I want to say Lester's like peeking from behind Squeak, kind of at the just. Oh, that's really big.
Yeah, it's
Xorbly hasn't even turned to look at Squeak yet.
Mhm.
Like he's still like taking in the view, just like, oh man, I missed this.
And
So if you want to get him back in, you're gonna have to like shove him back in.
yeah. I think Squeak they're freaked out enough to actually try and do this. That was a nat.
That's a nat
20
Wow.
on strength to pull Xorbly in and shut the door. So
Noodle defensive instinct has kicked in, everybody.
yeah, literally.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Wait, is Chrys gonna?
I assume Chrys is being dragged in as well.
Yeah, with a nat 20, surely Squeak is grabbing both of them. We're just like, yoink!
Nope. You
The
two
biggest
get,
of nopes.
Yeah, you get like yoinked, and the door like slams shut behind you, and Squeak is breathing kind of heavily, and they're like, no, and they're locking the mechanical locks back in place, and yeah, if you can, how would you like to respond to that?
I'm gonna roll an insight. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I think I will too. Yeah.
30-20.
I'm also rolling an insight.
Oh bless.
Lester's got something else on his mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Squeak. With the 6, Lester. You know Squeak is panicked about something. And that's about all you get. Xorbly with a 13. Squeak's seems to be Squeak is definitely responding to you guys being outside and just like outside in general. Maybe there's something to do with outside that they don't like. And with a unnatural 20, Chrys, Squeak is definitely like they're definitely scared of something outside. They view the outside as a direct and imminent threat to tinies such as yourself, and they do not want you to. They don't want you at risk. They don't want you out there. Something about out there is very dangerous, and they're very very unnerved by it. And they're fluffed up a bit, and they're somewhat frantically locking the doors as they look around for try and board it back up again. And yeah. Let's see.
Xorbly is still like slightly dazed after being yanked by Big Noodle, and he's just kind of like, is it really that scary outside?
Yes. There's a lot. It's not safe at all. You shouldn't go out. You'll get hurt if you try and leave.
Chrys is just going to reach down and put a hand on Squeak. They don't really have shoulders, do they? Just pet them a little bit. It's okay. They're just Noodle. Just give them a little bit of a pet. Try and smooth their fluff down a little bit. It's like it's okay.
Squeak
close the door.
Squeak does not let you Squeak doesn't look soothed at all. They say, yes, close the we need to seal it up some how more than this. If no one can get should be able to get out or in. It's not safe. And they are perception. They start like they're looking around the room and grabbing stuff that they can use to sort of like board up the door.
Oh.
Zorber like takes another second to like reevaluate the situation. Like, he's not gonna make any promise with what he wanted to do while Squeak is, here and panicking. So he like gives Chrys a glance and like a little brief nod before going and grabbing the nanobot device again and using mending on the door and the bars and stuff.
Squeak?
Sealing it back up with Squeak. It's like this isn't gonna this is gonna be safe for another time. Sort of thing.
Yeah, Squeak, oddly enough, they don't seem to be panicking in the same way that they usually do. This is they seem a bit more like present than they do sometimes when they panic. They're very I don't know if panicking is the right word, but they're very focused on like eliminating. They're very focused on this task and on like this happening. So, but yeah, they yep, you guys board up the door. You don't have to roll. This is hidden from the outside. You don't have to roll to make it look secret or anything. But yeah, you board the door back up. And yeah, Squeak relaxes a little bit. Says, "Yeah, good. Don't do that again. It's not safe."
Zorbley gives Squeak a look like, what is out there then?
Does Xorbleeglok ask that? Or is that
he's asking this out loud. Like, what? No, he's asking, like, directly asking Squeak, what is out there that we should be scared of?
Dun, 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 dun. That's sweet. Okay, cool, good. So that's a 15. With a 15 on history, Squeak's like, well, this place isn't the big yard, it's flat and there's nothing to hide behind or under, and there's lots of birds and other creatures, and then you're stuck behind the fence, and if you even make it to the fence, it's not safe. It's not safe. It's not safe.
Zorbley frowns, but he nods in understanding. Like, he's slowly realizing, okay, these guys have had troubles with outside before, and maybe he shouldn't pry too deeply, but also he does still have a frown on his face. Like, yeah.
Squeak is rolling insight, and they don't do super great. But yeah, Squeak.
It's like, yeah.
Squeak finishes up with saying,
Zorboy.
"You can't leave. You just can't. You can't leave. Squeak is stating this like a fact. Even like Squeak kind of always sounds like they're asking a question, but this Squeak is stating this like it's a fact.
Zorboy just kind of nods. And it's like, all right. And he's going back to the can.
Mhm.
He's coming back to where Lester is and the can and all that.
Oh,
Throughout
Lester's
most
with
of
you.
this,
Yeah.
yeah, he was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but he's in back to the can.
Mhm.
You guys are
Throughout
pretty.
most of this,
Whatever.
Lester's been. He looks like he's been thinking really, really hard, and now that people are moving around and shuffling, he just kind of snaps out of it and drops it for now.
Mhm. That is a 23 for an insight on Lester from Squeak. Squeak goes to the door and looks back and asks Lester, Lester?
Yeah.
They rolled a 23 on insight to vibe check Lester.
Okay. It didn't look dangerous. It looked beautiful. It was really big, which is terrifying, but everyone's told him it's a lot worse. Everyone's told him it's horrifying out there, and he saw it, and now Squeak's saying more horrifying stuff about it, so he's not sure what to believe or what to think.
Yeah, Squeak sort of trails back, and, like, holds, like, reaches for Lester's hand. Will Lester let Squeak take their hand?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Squeak takes, Lester's hand and says, it just, to trust us. It's not safe. You don't we don't want to lose you too.
I know. Let's keep going.
I promise it's not safe.
Yeah, I trust you, Squeak.
Squeak beams. Little smile.
Oh.
Oh, oh my goodness.
What's Chrys up to?
Well, she had kind of backed up from Squeak when they didn't really seem like they wanted to have anything to do with her attempts at calming them down, and she actually sort of started looking through the abandoned house bit. And that's kind of just what she's doing. She's like straightening it up a little bit, tidying it, kind of thing. And she has a sort of sad frown on her face at the moment.
Group. 18 to vibe check Chrys, Squeak, and Lester at the door. Squeak turns back and asks for Chrys. I will say, as you are tidying up this place, you are noticing things that don't seem like they belong to anyone you've met so far. There's like, it looks like a family lived here. But it doesn't look like anyone that you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, with it, does she really want to roll deception? I don't think she does. With that 18 on her vibe check, she is upset. She's a bit nostalgic, like, 'cause she's only been in the studio with everybody for 10 months ish. So she knows exactly what's out there and all sorts of things, and she's sad for Squeak's sake. She doesn't know what happened, but to be that scared of the outside, which she knows isn't that bad, it makes her sad.
Oh.
Come on, out of, there. Okay?
Okay, I'm coming. And she'll head for the can.
Head for the can.
I guess the whole group's coming back to the can.
Yeah.
The gang's all back together. Squeak didn't lock anyone on the wrong side of the door. Squeak did not lock anyone on the wrong side of the door this time.
An accomplishment.
This time. Yeah, so they all shuffle through the door and Squeak closes it behind them, shutting off that abandoned little home that you just learned existed.
Yeah. On the way to the next one, can I do a little something?
Yep.
Let me just check something real quick. Okay, that's that. Okay, yeah. As they're driving along to the next location, one of the lights on Xorblee's weird line of buttons, one of them starts flashing, and Xorblee's too busy driving to notice.
Well, that sounds like we get to do perceptions inside the can.
Am I in?
Actually, that's a good question. Who went inside the can?
Who's on the roof?
Depends on if you wanted to try and get Squeak back in there or not.
Honestly, after the struggles, I'm not sure if Xorblee would have wanted to cram Squeak back in.
What did Squeak want you where to go?
They did look nervous about going back on top of the can, but it does seem like you would have been able to convince them to go back on top.
Yeah. In that case, Squeak would be on top, and the other two would be in the can.
Alright, perception then?
The noodle is once again taped to the top of the can.
That's an 11.
Oh,
that's a 9.
no.
I mean, to be fair, perception, there's not really much to perceive. It's just a flashing light. It looks to be attached to what it looks like it's coming from one of the buttons. But other than that, it's just kind of blinking. On, off, on, off.
Do we notice it though?
I mean, yeah, I'd say you'd notice it. Like even with the 9, it's fairly obvious. It's not like it's hidden amongst the other keys or anything. It's a bright flashing light in a relatively dark area. I'd say you notice it.
Hey, what's that?
Huh? What's what?
The flashing light.
And Xorblee puts the car slows the car down to a stop as he hears that. It's like, oh, shoot, were they supposed to send a message? I didn't think they'd send a message now. And he just kind of pauses. He He glances at the blinking light. Definitely, like, hesitantly, like, does he push it now or does he save it for later? He looks like he's trying to figure something out here.
Is
Chrys
something
has her
breaking?
head tilted to one side.
No, nothing's broken.
Squeak pokes their
Oh,
head
what, Trad?
through the hole. Are we there yet?
No, something came up.
I think something's breaking.
No, nothing's breaking.
That is
Xorbleeglok
not
like shakes his head, and Xorbleeglok just shakes his head, and it's like, all right, give me a moment to deal with this, and he pushes the button, and the monitor kind of lights up a bit, and bizarre symbols that you've never seen before come up on the screen. Like, this is not a language that any of you would recognize in any semblance.
Huh.
It's text that, from a guess, like, Xorbleeglok's constantly using the microphone as a translator. He's probably shown off one or two times what his voice is like without the translator and why he needs it. You can probably make the... Actually, roll just like a quick intelligence check real quick.
That is more par for the course for Chrys.
No, that checks out.
Okay, yeah, no, none of you know what these symbols are. You have no idea if this is a
What?
language or just some scribbles or whatever. But Xorbleeglok is just kind of looking at the text, or the whatever it is, and just kind of like sighs, nods, and clicks the button again, and they disappear from the screen.
Squeak
All
looks
right,
a little bit
that
dizzy.
was that.
What was that?
Oh, a message. Just a message.
Hmm.
From who?
Who?
Who from?
Xorbleeglok pauses a minute. It's like, back home.
Fancy words.
Yeah, weird language. Yeah.
Home? You mean everyone else did Bobbin send you something?
No, not Bobbin. No, it's not from Props.
Hmm.
No, this was from where I'm originally from, before I got lost.
Four.
Yeah, I've been, keeping in contact with you.
Bet they're worried about you.
Yeah.
Chrys is biting her tongue. She is not saying anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I give them updates. I keep in touch. It's just kind of back and forth. My family back home, they want to check up on me, and I'm like, I can pick up on them, and it works most of the time. And sometimes there's a bit of a signal interference, aka the 5% chance for sending not to work. But otherwise, it's really my one connection I have to where I'm from at this point.
Well, maybe they can come visit sometime.
Xorbleeglok, winces a bit at that, but otherwise doesn't say anything. And he's about to get driving back onto the route to close up the next hole.
Are we there yet? You have not moved yet. Squeak is just asking this question again.
No, we're not there yet. I assume we're gonna be there soon, but we are not there yet.
Just a little bit
And
longer, Squeak.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Squeaks. Yeah, they're on top of the can.
and Zorby revs up the engine. Yep, and he revs up the engine, and he gets back to driving.
Vroom vroom. Yep.
Yep.
Vroom.
Vroom.
I'm in my mom's car. Get out in the car. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep. So
Alright.
you move on next couple of holes until you get to one that you're on DJ Move's side of the studio now. Which is a place that I don't think any of you have really been to terribly much, unless you think you would have gone there.
Chrys has been there
Busters are
exactly
that one time. Yeah, that once. Both of us once.
Gorbly's been there never.
Okay, yeah. So I think Squeak helps you navigate through these areas, and you get to another thing. The light underneath your can isn't really so much of a problem here because like there's always like faint like not like roller rink lights, like the black, like the little multicolored discs. They're like really dim and they're kind of everywhere. You're not sure how that works, but it's dimly lit by party lights. Don't worry about it. Yes, it is the middle of the night. Don't worry about it. That's just how this place is. Squeak does not seem concerned.
No, that checks out.
Yeah, and they lead you to another spot where there looks like this is another one of the chewed open spots in another like a similar sort of back office almost. I'd say Chrys, with your 17 passive, this one does look like it's busted out. You're not sure by what, but it does seem to have been busted out by something. Xorbly and Lester, you can tell that this was a hole. It's no longer sealed. But
It's what?
it was sealed up. It's been busted open. It's opened for some reason. You don't know why.
Ah, okay.
It's one of the mouse hole like
I
ones,
wanna-
not a door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to see if we can roll investigation on it then.
Yep. 13.
13.
That is exactly your passive.
Go and do one too.
Yeah, no, nothing yet.
No.
What's
We're
my
doing
investigation?
we're doing investigation.
Yep.
4. She perceives nothing.
Same as
Yeah.
Lester.
Yeah, I'd say Lester and Lester and Xorbly, since you are both doing investigation, I say you can tell that this looks like it has been busted out somehow, but you're still not really sure by what or how or when or where.
Well, that's a later problem. We should just fix it, I think.
Yeah, Xorbly grabs.
Is it like completely busted open so there's nothing left there, or?
There's still like some stuff left. Like it's sort of like there's still like the crumbling bits. It's not like been busted open and cleared away. It looks like it's there's still like bits and pieces of stuff everywhere. It's big enough to fit through, but it is it's not like obviously clearly been cleaned away or anything.
In that case, Xorblee's going to take the what you guys might as well call the mending gun, and kind of like hold some pieces up while trying to like mend it. Like it's going to take a bit longer, but like he's got to like hold it steady while he's fixing it up. You guys can come help if you want.
Yeah. Oh, I don't. Yeah, I don't know how.
Yeah, just hold it. Just hold it up. I can spray it on and it'll stick.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. And I figure eventually it at least looks sealed again once we're done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could put something in front of it.
If you want to see, like, look around, see if there's something that you can put in front of it or use to reinforce it, you can.
Or perception.
Yeah.
Oh, that works.
Sick. Whoop.
What about this perception? Nope, Xorblee does not find
Xorblee.
anything.
Oh.
Lester's got the brain cell for the minute.
Yeah. Lester found the thing.
Yeah.
Roaster's
Okay,
most likely to find the thing.
Yeah, so, I think, Lester, you find, like a small chunk of, like thin metal, like maybe from, cut up from something. Someone, like, was doing some weird arts and crafts and stuff in here. And there's, like, a sheet of metal that you can stick to the side of the baseboard. It's not going to be super discreet, but also everything around here looks a lot more like glittery and shiny and just kind of like funky. So you don't think it'll be super. You don't think it's going to stand out super much.
Do I need to roll anything to drag it over? Or just that happens?
That happens.
Okay. That happens.
It happens.
Door, whatever number, done. We did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Xorblee glances over to Squeak. Do you know how many more of these we've got to do? Like, do you think we're almost done at this point, or?
We're nearly done. There's the ones over here are we've checked some already. It's the middler ones. I think Squeak is going to roll for math. That was a 2.
Freaking numbers do not mix.
Squeak tries to count on their skitter sticks, like they hold their first set of skitter sticks in front of themselves, and they start like counting off. But then like their other set of skitter sticks also come into frame, and they keep counting off. But then they look back and it's like, no, wait, that's wrong. And then they keep trying to count again, and their other set of skitter sticks comes into view. Like this is just a shot of like their head like thing. You don't it's Toon logic. And then they just end up looking really confused. And they're like, I don't know.
Xorblee sighs, and it's like, let's just get the ones that are left, and when we figure we're done, then we'll be done.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And we're done.
Sounds like a plan.
So yeah, you check a few more, and none of these, just small repairs to them, like general wear and tear. There's a couple more boarded up doors, till you get to one last one final door. This one is you're at the door, but this one isn't locked like the other ones were before. This one isn't boarded up, and there's once more an X on the inside of the wall.
Another house.
Another back door, I
Hmm.
guess.
Seems like it.
And Xorbleeglok is just gonna climb out as he's done the previous few times and drag his microphone inside and see what's inside. I'm gonna roll. +2. I mean, could be worse.
I want to look around a little bit.
Are you just going to walk inside?
Yeah.
I guess.
Cool.
I was
At this
gonna roll perception first,
at-
but
At this point, like Xorbleeglok's kind of like hit the point where the job is getting to be a bit monotonous, where it's just like, okay, walk up to the door, seal it shut. Walk up to the door, seal it shut. And here he's just kind of on the same autopilot, where he's like, okay, get inside, walk up to the door, seal it shut. So he's just walking in.
I was gonna roll perception first, but all right.
I mean, you can still. I think you can still do that. Maybe like shout at him before he actually gets in.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll do the same. 21.
For perception?
Yep,
you've got your brain cell back.
apparently.
Yep. As Xorbleeglok opens the door and makes to move in, you see something move in the darkness inside of the house.
Mm,
You shout at him to stop.
Xorbleeglok, wait. Wait.
Xorbleeglok like hesitates and like, wait, what?
what's up?
There's something in there.
Xorbleeglok quickly closes the door back up quietly and just kind of like, okay.
Mm.
Is that one sealed off? Good.
I don't know, but there seems to be something else.
I guess we could check what it is. Make sure it doesn't see us, and if it's
But
we could seal out this door instead, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Maybe, but no, that
No.
wouldn't be good.
Why not?
If something gets inside, and they could get further in, because a nest.
Okay. Zorby, did you happen to see if the other door was closed or not?
I did not. Xorbleeglok is
Right.
going to. You know what Xorbleeglok's going to do? He is going to try and stealth open the door. Like, you know, do the peek open sort of thing. Like, stealth open the door, and if he does good on stealth, then he's going to do like an investigation. So,
Okay.
So stealth.
You do that.
Very good on stealth.
You do that.
Nice.
He is prying open that door with as quietly as possible, and he finally got a good sight roll.
Sorely
Nice.
got
That's
a nat 20,
investigation.
Finally, yeah.
Zorby snatches the brain cell.
Redemption.
Redemption. It
I wanna,
looks
Peeking
like,
from behind him.
Ending on a high note.
Yeah.
The door, so with a nat 20 in perception, in
Investigation.
investigation, you see, are you looking just to see what's inside, or?
He's kind of looking both to see what the thing that's moving inside is, and also the door. He's kind of like whichever he sees first, he'll look at, but then he'll also try and get a look at the other thing as well.
Okay. So inside you see there's a bunch of like bugs scuttling around. You think they might be roaches. There's a bunch of roaches, there's a couple of beetles. There's, some leaves, just kind of, so like little bits of stuff, and there is another door to an outside kind of gardeny area, maybe. You think, but it is open. It looks like it was broken somehow, but like not recently, maybe. You'd have to get a closer look, but the door is kind of off its hinges, and it looks like this place has been exposed to the elements a bit, and there's bugs inside.
So
Convenient.
Xorbleeglok glances back. It's like, okay, there's a lot of bugs in there, and the door outside is wide open.
Oh no. Okay.
It doesn't look like anything's like broken in recently, so I think it's just the bugs have been coming in that way. So I guess the question becomes, do we go in and chase the bugs out?
That is a
How-
thing you can do. Would any of your characters have interacted a lot with, I think, like you mentioned that like Xorblee's home colony domesticated cockroaches and stuff, right?
Yeah, they did, but also he doesn't know if these are like real kind or Toonkind roaches,
Yeah.
and he's like, it's a different world. They might behave differently than they did. He's still he's still using caution.
Yeah, I will say just with that, you do know that the roaches here seem to be even the Toonkind ones seem to be the non-sentient Toonkind ones, at least, seem to act much in a similar way that real kind roaches did. And you know that cockroaches will often flee if exposed to a bright light.
Alright, in that case, what Xorbleeglok is going to do is
he going to tell anybody this, or just do it?
he's gonna glance back. It's like, okay, there's a bunch of cockroaches in there. I think all we need to do is just shine a light in there, and they should scatter. In which case, I can just kind of flash the can lights into the door, and they should get out of the way so we can close that door back there.
Oh, let me try.
Cool.
Is the door still open a crack?
Yeah.
She's just gonna lean over and she's gonna cast dancing lights in it.
Dancing lights, are those a bright light or a
You create up to four torch-sized lights within range, making them appear as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs that hover in the air for the duration. You can also combine the 4 lights into one glowing, vaguely humanoid form of medium size. That seems a bit excessive. It is technically says a dim light.
A dim light, 10-foot radius.
Dim light, I'd say with a dim light, you can get them at least away from the door area so that you could go in there further, and try and roust them. But it's not enough to make them flee from the tiny, tiny home.
Xorblee goes back to the can and gets the ray gun, but gives a quick glance to Chrys and he's gonna be like, I don't have any more fire charges on this thing, so hopefully that shouldn't be a problem. And again, hopefully they won't attack us to begin with, but just hopefully it shouldn't scare you anymore.
She smiles really brightly at that. You get this big, really grateful smile.
Okay, cool. He's also saying this because he is out of spell slots for that particular spell anyway, so he can't. But, better to let her know than instead of anxiously awaiting more fire, because that would just be bad.
Love the flavor.
So yeah, he grabs the weapon gun and the repair gun and brings them both in, and he starts kind of walking along the path of the dancing lights so that he can get to the door and try and seal it shut. Should I roll anything to get past the roaches, or?
Yeah, if you want to roll, I guess, stealth to get past the roaches, or you can maybe try and roll, animal handling if you want to, use the dim light to, part them around you.
I'm gonna use stealth because Xorblee's animal handling is bad.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm glad I used stealth. He's just kind of sneaking between them.
Yep.
Okay, non-aggressive, and get to the door, and we are gonna figure out how to shut this thing tonight.
Yep. So you sneak over to the door, and you get there without incident, and it's kind of laying on the ground, sort of busted in. You see the outside again, and looks like you might be able to sort of prop it up and then glue it back in place. Maybe reinforce it with something again.
Xorblee is gonna take one last look outside before hefting the door up, because he's probably not gonna get this opportunity again for a while if he's understanding how the Studio Tinies work properly. So he's just gonna be like, alright.
Would you like to roll
see this
deception?
as a goal?
Would you like to roll deception, and are you doing this stealthily?
He is doing this stealthily, and he'll just take a quick perception. He's not going to spend nearly as much time looking outside as he did last time. He's just going to be he's kind of looking outside okay, this is the outside. This is kind of a goal I can set for myself. The outside is real in this world.
Yeah, there is an outside. The world does not only exist of the studio. As you are looking outside with that unnatural 20, though, you do clock. You're looking up at the moon again, and something flies across the light, and you see an owl. It looks like it is like a regular owl, not like a studio owl. This is just like a bird owl. Sometimes owls are just owls, and that's okay. And this owl is just an owl.
Okay.
And it is it's watching the ground below. You think if you didn't roll super great on that stealth, it might have noticed you. Because it is just there, it's circling.
Xorblee frowns a bit, but just he backs away from the door and starts lifting it up and seeing it up again. Still stealthily. But he's notably he's a lot quicker with this job. like he's not like taking his time. He's taking his time, but he's like a lot more eager to seal this door up than the last door outside.
Mm-hmm. And
Because like,
for time's sake, you seal up.
Yeah,
You seal up the door.
yeah, and I guess for time's sake, we can use the same stealth roll to get back through the cockroaches and back to the kingdom.
Let's do a
Or
different
should I
stealth
reroll?
roll, just for kicks.
Just for the heck of it.
Just for the heck of it. That was a 6.
Gosh dang it!
Okay.
So, with a 6, do you wanna, why don't you, you hit something and, like, something else falls, and it's weird because they're bugs, but all of the bugs is, like, vaguely, like, only, not really super existent eyes turn to you, and they just all perceive you at the same moment. Would you...
Xorbleeglok just kind of freezes a moment, like...
Would you like to run now?
Yeah, let's have the option 1 be run.
You can, roll,
Can I be ready to slam the door?
yeah. Athletics.
Athletics?
Yep, athletics.
Wrong dice man. I've been doing so
Join
well
Bash!
in this one moment.
Oh no!
Join Bash!
Roll
I'm
11.
giving Rada, you get inspiration because join Bash. This is my favorite Draft House meme. It's not, it's a meme like only to me. It's a meme only to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Xorbleeglok 6. Gosh. Oh, goodness gracious.
Just because I think in order to give Xorbleeglok a little bit of a hand, I think I might actually be rolling an intimidation for Chrys, to just sort of try and get the bugs to just not
join Bash. Join Bash.
Follow him out.
Join Bash gets Xorbleeglok inspiration on that roll. Xorbleeglok can now.
Okay, so we're just saying we're just saying use the inspiration right here, right now, and get the heck out of there.
Unless you want to save it. The game is ending.
I mean,
but yeah. My idea was like roll-based inspiration, but if you really want to hoard an inspiration point, you can.
I mean, yeah, okay, screw it. For the essence of time, let's just use it.
Chrys will probably be scary.
I want to be ready to slam the door, just in case anything tries to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A toonish like mound of bugs starts rising up and chasing Xorbleeglok as he books it from the room, which the door is promptly slammed by Lester, slammed shut, and
like
there's a bunch
Xorbleeglok is a real kind. Xorbleeglok is a real kind, but you get the sense that like some sort of like the toonishness of this world kind of caught up to him as he sort of like scrambles out the door, like just slightly exaggerated, but it's like, oh, I didn't know I could run that fast.
When Lester slams the door shut, it like bulges out with the impact of the bugs and stuff behind it. To add to Xorbleeglok's scrambling.
You okay?
I didn't have to shoot anything.
Great job, you did it! Is this door gonna come off?
Xorbleeglok, like just as a quick measure, decides, you know what, screw it. We didn't say we We didn't think we would need to, but he is going to use mending on this door anyway because he does not want to deal with that.
This door looks brand
Like
new.
double.
Oh boy.
Let's get out of here before you know.
Yep. Yep. Let's.
Okay. Squeak is still taped to the top of the can, and they're looking at the map that they've retrieved somehow, and it's upside down. But they seem very intent on what they're doing. They say, I
Oh,
think
no.
that's the all of them. So we can go home now.
All right.
Nice.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
And Xorbleeglok gets back in the can. He
Everyone
is
pile
ready
into
to
the
go
soda
back.
can.
He is ready to go back to the place that Squeak calls home.
Bless.
Hmm.
Yep. And you all head back without incident. How do you just clatter down the stairs?
I mean, he's probably using another casting of Featherfall just to make it a little lighter on everybody, but yeah. Just
All right.
clonk, 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 clonk.
Yep. So yep, you sort of gently bump back down the stairs, and return to prop storage. Is there anything that any of you would like to do before we wrap this up?
Hmm.
Nope.
I got nothing.
Can't
I think
think
we're
of
good.
anything.
Alrighty.
Although I guess one little thing I'll add at the end is like once the group's back and they've all kind of went their separate ways and said goodnight and all, Xorbleeglok is going to do a real quick read over of the message. This is just on his own. Nobody else really sees this.
Mm-hmm.
And do you guys want to hear what the message said? Since
Absolutely.
had an opportunity
Absolutely.
to?
Yeah.
So, unbeknownst to any of the other Tinies, Xorbleeglok reads out the message that was sent to him. Research is going well, though we're still a ways away from breaking through. Hopefully things are going well in there. It seems consistent. Dorkensen. That's the message.
Ooh.
So please.
I care them. I care them very much. All right.
I care all of you guys as well.
All right. So on that note,
That was fun.
thank you for joining us. Thank you for my my players for playing with me, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, thank you for DMing.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. Woo.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.